Scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gosh. Don't get nervous, boys. What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com.
Welcome.
We are live from 5 to 7
you.
Monday through Friday here on Woodward Sports YouTube channel and or website. I'm Eazy. That's Spin More Rax.
Hello.
We got young Chris.
Yes,
we got
sir.
Uncle Nick.
Let's
You
go.
know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at this brawl going on right now on TV. What is that? What happened?
They stormed the court.
And the kids, he's trying to get in the way? Oh, yeah, he was. He's pushing kids. He's mosh pitting.
Yeah, they January 6th.
Oh, a cheerleader hit him in the face.
Yeah, he got injured.
Ooh, what happened? What was the injury?
He tweaked his knee.
Oh, he did it himself, though, right? I mean, he initiated that first push.
I don't know, but if that's me, I'm fucking.
Oh, look at that coach.
Yeah, that's their best player.
Damn.
If that's me, I'm throwing elbows.
Yeah.
If I'm walking off after a game and the opposing team's fans are storming the court, I'm throwing elbows.
Listen,
or I'm
man.
dropping kids.
I don't know how to even say this because it's such a sensitive topic, especially with recent events. But I feel like it's so dangerous for so many reasons, like storming the court.
Yeah.
Like used to be something fun, and it still is. Nothing as bad has happened, and I'm not knock on wood too. But with the amount of crazy shit that seems to happen every other week, storming the court is just something I'd never be comfortable with, especially as an athlete too, where people kind of obsess over you in a good or bad fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just hate you and fucking Dickinson.
Oh yeah, if I storm the court, I'll go right for Hunter.
You feel me though? Like this guy slashed his Achilles all day if that ever happens. It's I don't know, man. Sketchy business.
No, I feel
sketchy
you.
business.
It almost feels like society grows out of certain things, and this is one of those things. This is one of those things where it's
Yeah.
we just can't be trusted with it anymore. There's just too much shit.
And I get their security, but when you see those when they storm the field or the courts,
that many
what is the
people.
6 or 7 people? Well, let's make it 16. Fuck you can make it 20. What the fuck are they gonna do?
Yeah.
With literally thousands of people storm one area at once, you can't do nothing.
Everybody picks 15. Everybody picks 15.
You
and that's your
have to
15 you
use
take out.
if they got it, you'd have to use that thing on them. I'm just saying. But at that point, then everyone doesn't know what's going on, where those are coming from. It's even scary at that point. It's
Someone
wild
else
stuff.
has got one too, and it's all right, this is where we're going.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry for it to go there. What up, Nick?
I've been in 2 situations, both at the big house, storming the field. But say I was a plant for some other team. I was super close to these players where you can literally touch these guys if you were maybe god damn starting this one out hot today. Yeah, but you get so close. I mean, it sucks some guy got hurt, and I hope none of you guys have a Duke future in the room because that is the best player on their team.
Yeah.
That is suck.
It's tough, man. I mean,
Month before tourney time.
yeah, right before tourney
Right
time.
before tourney time.
It sucks, but again, how are they going to stop it? They're going to outlaw storming the court, and then what do? When people storm the court,
That's what I'm saying.
Arrest everybody.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
Listen.
I would just, like I said, if I was one of the players and they're storming the court, I'm throwing elbows. If anybody gets near me, I'm putting an elbow right on their jaw. And that's what you got to pay for. If you're gonna storm the court and I'm a player on the court and you get near me, I'm blowing your shit out, flat out. I'm making millions of dollars now in college to play. If you're gonna come put my millions of dollars in jeopardy, he could have torn his ACL or something like that. And again, it's hard to stop something like that. They can't just be all right, guys, please don't storm the court. But if they do, and I'm a college player, somebody gets near to me, they're getting their shit blown out. I don't care who you are. You're getting punched in the face.
What if you're inviting a Cam Newton situation?
I'm a professional athlete, and I could probably beat you up.
How many wave of average sized humans do you think?
Cam Newton?
Well, Cam Newton, we know at least 4.
Yeah, at least 4.
At least 4. Yeah. We have the video footage to prove it. And this is, by the way,
so we can.
He does eat some shots. But to be fair, if these are truly kids and he restrained himself from punching them back, kudos to him.
Oh yeah,
kudos to Cam. And I mean, here's the video right here. This is from a 7-on-7 situation over in Atlanta.
It looked bad at first.
It did look bad. I mean, looks like the one kid who stormed upstairs got him at least 3 times. At least 3. But Cam sent him to the other side of the fucking continent.
To the
he just grabbed him.
Yeah, Cam Newton would not be a person that I would attack.
Listen, as many free shots as they had while he was kind of controlling the situation or trying to control the situation, it looked like, and his hat is still on his head. Like, it's just not a guy.
Lions fan
not a guy I'm
222
trying that with.
says, "What if it's a 12-year-old, Spenny? If a 12-year-old is storming the court, and I am a professional, if I'm that Duke guy, and a 12-year-old storms the court and he's running at me, right at me, I'm punching him in the face, like right in the face. Sorry, like that's what you get.
To be honest,
Like
though,
I said, I make multi-millions of dollars off of my body, no OnlyFans. If he's coming at me, pause, and I
I'll make millions off my body. If he's coming at me,
especially because you probably just lost to a team you shouldn't have lost to. So you're already pissed, and like I gotta protect myself. Like you said, I don't know if they're crazy. I don't know if they're gonna push me out. Like,
to be fair,
kids are getting knocked
You gotta
out.
be ready.
you wouldn't, because look at Cam in that situation. Didn't punch those kids because you are worth millions of dollars. At that point, you're getting sued for those millions of
They
dollars.
can't sue you if they storm the court.
Oh, dude, you can definitely get sued.
It's self-defense.
What do you mean? They're not attacking you. They're storming the
How
court.
would I know? They're sprinting on the court right at me.
You would lose that.
Hell no. Fuck
You
no.
absolutely would lose
I
that.
could pay for the lawyers. They can't.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
You
Yes,
need,
it
you're
does.
the one who needs the lawyers. They're on the attack at that point.
Yeah, they do that. I'm paying my lawyers. It's a self-defense case. I'm winning.
I don't know about that, bro. I think that's why Cam didn't swing on
So
those
why
kids.
doesn't he sue that kid? Because he could be out millions of dollars because of that stupid fucking kid
Cam Newton?
fucking his knee up. No, the college kid.
Filipowski.
Oh, maybe he will, but I don't think it
I'm
looked
beating
like
it-
he
I'm-
went to
I'm-
push
I'm
the kid
punching
in
him on
that
the face.
situation.
Punch him in
But
the
I'm talking
face.
about Cam Newton, who's literally worth millions of dollars
yeah,
in that
that's
situation,
different.
and didn't swing on those kids.
Well, he's still. He
Probably
should've.
because he's worth millions of dollars. He's
He
like,
should've.
I can't punch these kids because it'd be. there's
And
a lot-
also would be self-defense. In the Cam Newton situation,
In that situation, self-defense.
1,000% self-defense.
Yeah, you're right. Even if it is kids at that point,
Yeah.
because they were literally throwing fists at him. That's fair. Cam Newton.
Punch a
Did he
kid.
win? Where we at? Like the
Yeah, he came out on top for sure.
yeah, just because like
4 kids jumped him and he's just still standing there. Like,
it's the hat on and everything.
yeah.
I heard that's how it started.
That's the craziest part, that the hat stayed on.
That is like the stamp. That is like the glove in like the OJ case. Like if the hat's still on, you won. The hat still
Anakin
fits. You can't
Spencer,
acquit.
that's assault on a minor, felony in Michigan. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Don't care.
Like I said, obviously not in this situation. My situation will never be that.
If someone tapped it out of context, and
But-
you just heard you read that.
Yeah.
Spencer, that's assault on a minor. I don't care.
I don't care. If
Someone
I
just now
am,
tapped
if I
into
am
that
a
part.
collegiate athlete who makes millions of dollars on their body, and this kid, these people are storming the court, if you're getting near me, you're getting an elbow or a fist to the face. Because I got to look out for myself and my body, and you guys are storming the court. You're not supposed to be here. I am.
Terrell and FO, we can't take your word for 2 reasons. One, you're in Florida. All right, you guys have the craziest self-defense laws. You can do
Yeah,
whatever there.
that's true.
You could punch somebody like you. He's fucking looking at me. Second, where's the jersey? Come on.
Yeah.
We trust anything you say at this point.
Florida is very loose with a lot of different, but no, he's right. They're not supposed to be there. You are. They're aggressively coming towards you. Like,
Yeah.
kids are getting dropped. Imagine storming the court versus the bad boy Pistons.
Tay Hopkins.
Imagine storming the court
Did he
during the
all fight
Golden
some
Word
kids in
Pistons.
Royal Oak, Step Brother
Rick
style?
Mahorn.
I'm not just going around beating up children.
No.
As
Those
much
are
fun,
Albanians,
as
it's
much
different.
fun as it would be. Like, no, if I was a collegiate athlete in that situation, that's how I would handle it. Because I'm not taking the chance of what happened to the Duke kid. Like, what if he would have seriously gotten a knee injury and it tanks his draft stock?
I think
And he misses out on millions and millions of dollars because these stupid Wake Forest fans are doing something they shouldn't be doing.
I think you were on the losing end of that situation. In Cam's situation, punch the kids because they're punching you. In a storm the court situation, they're storming the court, not you. So it's like,
But Eazy, to go back to what you said earlier, that's the thing, is today you don't know what is coming.
no, I know.
Like,
But that's what's going to happen ultimately. Like, you're going to be the one that's sued. And if you're like doing
I feel
it
you.
true Spinny style, which like I know Spinny enough to say he's probably be an asshole a little bit with it, and like you're probably for sure getting sued. Your draft stock's going down either way.
Yeah. Stand my ground. What happens? Like I said, what if that kid breaks his leg, never plays the game again,
Yeah.
can never play the same again?
When I was in Waterford Mott and they were to play Waterford Kettering, there would be a lot of fights. I was running for my life. LOL.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of fights in sideline games.
Oh,
Shit
for
was
sure.
awesome. We got into a fight with I didn't even get to do anything either. I was a freshman. We were playing Mount Clemens. I wasn't on varsity.
Oh, I remember that.
But the varsity team, I hopped the fence. I was running
remember
out of the
that,
field. One
yeah.
of the coaches just fucking grabbed my ass. He's like, no. I was like, damn it. Like,
That happened a few times at Mount Clemens. It's one of the reasons they canceled their football program.
yeah, we
They
got
actually
into
just brought it back.
we got into a fight at Mount Clemens my
Shout out to Tommy Barnes.
junior year. I got sent down to JV because I initiated the fight, but I definitely did. I'd shoulder check the shit out of a kid in the handshake line when we started going. But I went down to JV, absolutely dominated for 2 games. It was so much fun.
Speaking of hitting things or not hitting them, Chris, throw a pitcher. Just any pitcher. Because today, and I apologize for getting the Twitter account. I should probably go back and find that, give them their proper credit.
What?
But they turned NFC North coaches and quarterbacks.
Oh, we did this with NBA players one time.
Yeah,
right?
we did. And
Yeah.
they were all hot
They
for the
were all
most
hot.
part. How about this one, Spinny?
Oh,
Smash?
You know what?
Sure.
Let me hit that.
For sure, smash. Yeah, that's
Nick?
Jordan Love, right?
Oh, the last name's Love. I was gonna say no, but the last name Love. Yeah.
Dude, you're not hitting
You're
that?
looking
Bro,
at
no,
you're
hold
looking
on.
at names,
I can't
Eazy.
lie.
We're objectifying right now.
I can't lie.
I
Probably.
want it. I want it. I
Right,
want
chat?
it.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
where we
She's
at?
fine, yeah.
Yeah.
All
for
right.
sure.
All right. This is the
All right.
next one.
All right, you want to know?
And also, because just try to stay with quarterbacks if you can.
Oh, for
There
the
you
city of
go.
Detroit, she's getting cracked out for
I'm not
sure.
gonna lie.
I'm not
I was trying
going
to save
to.
it till the end
So
of it.
quit asking.
By far, Jared was the baddest.
You're good enough.
You are good enough.
Oh, yeah.
By far, Jared was the
Yeah.
baddest in a good way. Nick,
Good enough.
I thought Love was better here.
I do too.
you thought Love
Love
better
is
than
better.
Goff?
I think Love's
Way
better.
Dude,
better.
Goff is
I'm
way
passing-
higher.
I'm
But
passing on Goff.
Janice Goff,
Janice Goff's
Janice Goff's getting taken
Give me
down
another
for sure.
quarterback. Who else we got? NFC North
yeah,
quarterback.
Put
I'm
you guys
passing
up
on
for it.
Jeanette there.
Yeah, Jeanette Goff's getting taken down. You're passing?
She's the hottest
Oh,
one.
she's
You're
bad.
passing
No,
on.
she's not.
Get out of here.
Love was better.
Nick's just trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
defend
on
the
the Love.
I think Love,
allegations.
I think Love was better too, but
This guy,
She's
Eazy
bad.
just trying to
for
break-
golf,
beat the
golf right
allegations.
now. I would never believe it.
Oh, that's
Never
crazy.
believe
Yeah,
it.
everyone thinks I hate golf. Yeah, come on now.
All right.
All right.
Another
what
one.
else we got? Oh, yeah.
not a chance.
That's
Looks
terrible.
annoying as fuck.
She does look
I'm
annoying.
not gonna lie.
She looks like she argues with Target employees.
Looks like one annoying bitch, bro.
She looks like
Kirk, Karen. It,
Yeah.
it translates perfectly
Karen
too.
Cousins, like
Nah. It's every guy's found yourself in a situation where girls like hot, but like she's too. We know
The
one actually
jawline?
directly. Yeah, she's too annoying to like.
oh yeah.
Overcome the hotness. Like the hotness doesn't overcome like how fucking annoying shit.
She-
Nick
she's also
doesn't
not
exist in your book.
She's also not like
All right, I think this is the last one. I can't tell with these anymore. You know, we're getting
Oh, they
into
all look the
weeds
same
here.
to you, huh?
You want one more?
Well,
Yeah.
I want to be on
Yeah,
the quarterback.
let's-
Yeah.
Yeah, how
I think,
many more
I
do we
think
got?
this is
We
the
got
other
four.
quarterback.
It's all NFC
Oh,
North
yeah,
guys.
just run through 'em all.
And just power rank them. Yes.
I'm out.
How about?
You're out.
Yeah, that looks.
Yeah.
I think
that looks a little too artificial.
Yeah, that looks like an
she's got a
alien.
big
type
ass head, bro.
she does got a big ass head.
I'd do it though.
Power rank them.
Oh,
Love one.
love golf.
Yeah,
Fields Cousins.
I agree.
Golf.
I'll put
Love,
Cousins in front of
Fields.
Fields.
Cousins.
I'll put Cousins in front of Fields for 3.
Put myself behind them. Gigging.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to go over? Or you want to just do this
No,
one
let's
rapid
go
fire?
over. Let's go over.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do some coaches.
All right.
Paul.
Oh, I bet Matt LaFleur's fine.
Oh, dude.
Oh, it's fatty.
What?
He is.
He's a good-looking
No,
guy.
I mean,
think-
she is.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know who's this one,
That's
but
all right, whatever.
let's just go.
Oh, damn.
What?
Honestly,
That-
she looks like she lives in a trailer park and could
Yeah.
probably suck the like the
golf
chrome
ball
of a door.
100% from Toledo.
That's Eberflus? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she's
And he is from Toledo. Him as a female looks the part.
yeah. I do
This
it.
actually looks like a mugshot.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You
you
find
guys
that
see
on,
mug shotties?
What is mug shotties?
Mugshotties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
She's
do that.
definitely one of the teachers that got arrested for doing something with the kid. Really bad. All right, this one.
Yeah, I'd do that. Oh, KOC definitely argues with Target employees.
So the Minnesota, we know the Minnesota fan base is like that too.
Yeah.
the Minnesota fan base is full of bitches.
She gets
and
into
now
a-
we know like Kevin and Kirk translate to Karen, and the other side of like gender is. Like,
She yells
fuck-
at Applebee's waitresses.
All
Like
day.
that's yeah.
all
No,
day. She counts the chicken nuggets before she pulls out of
for
the
sure,
drive-through.
for sure.
All
All
day.
right, here we
Nick?
go.
Oh,
Come to daddy.
got to, got to.
This is Mrs. Man from the scary movie. Listen, when this first came out, this is my initial thoughts, and I tweeted
Come
this
to
too.
Papa.
At first, I was proud that I thought Jared Goff was the hottest. And then I was more proud that Dan Campbell was easily the ugliest of the fucking bunch. This is Mr. Man.
I gotta do it.
100% power bottom.
I gotta do it.
What? Just mash it just for
Yeah,
love?
I have to.
Oh, God. Nick?
Think of the grit of that, the torque.
I can't do it.
She's probably
Just get behind and get
she
in there,
goes
man.
to
Just get in
completion
there, man.
every time.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
looks
She
like
goes for it.
everyone's. This looks like everyone's like gym teacher, you know. That
Definitely
was,
a gym
Mr.
teacher.
Man from
Oh.
Scary Movie 1.
Exactly.
Definitely
yeah.
a gym
God,
teacher.
her down
Chris?
ups go crazy.
What'd you say?
Her down ups go crazy.
Have to.
Down
Yeah.
ups go crazy.
Have to though, for the city.
For the
For
the
out of
city.
respect.
Nah, bro.
All right, last one.
She looks like she'd chug a beer and have a smoke right after.
He's so damn manly, bro. You can't even, like...
Look at his traps.
you
No
can't-
woman has
He
traps.
still
like
can't make
this.
a woman. This is Brock Lesnar's daughter in a few years.
I've never seen a woman with traps like that, bro.
Yeah, this is crazy.
I ain't
That's
never
no-
seen no traps like that.
It was for the city,
The
I
way
guess.
you shrug it, I can't believe it.
All right, last
I ain't
one.
never seen no traps like that. Oh yeah,
Baddest bitch.
yeah.
To be honest, probably the baddest of them all. No?
No.
Yeah,
You know what?
probably.
Over love?
Let me hit that.
She's got
I'd
she's
take-
got an OnlyFans for
I
sure.
think I'd take love.
How fitting, like...
It's her love. Yeah, wow, the Green Bay combo.
Yeah, the Green
Dream
Bay combo.
threesome.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dream
Yeah.
threesome is the Green Bay head coach and quarterback combo.
He's
She's
a
fine.
bitch.
Yeah, she's fine.
LaFleur's a bitch. It looks... I hate how attractive this is.
She's yeah.
Let me talk
Can
to
we
you.
save that for later?
She's definitely an Instagram. Yeah, send that to me, Chris.
It's in our Slack.
Well,
I knew LaFleur was going to be a baddie.
all day.
Well, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of it for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch? It's a new
Merch?
era in sports wearables, new design, amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all guaranteed to turn heads. So get the latest designs at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab.
Dude, I hate Russell Wilson.
Why?
He's just cringe, man.
You always hate Russell Wilson.
I hate cringe. I don't like cringe.
That's fair. I have
That's
a
why I
question.
didn't like Chris for a long time.
And I asked this in the chat too. But do you think, by the way, guys, please make sure you hit that like button. Smash it like it's Jordan Love.
Jordan
actually
Love.
translates
Jordan
to a
Love
woman's
was
name
number
too.
one. Jordan Love was number one.
Yeah.
Over
Janice.
LaFleur.
Yeah.
Who's,
pretty close.
Who's number one?
Jordan.
Those are 1 and 2 for sure.
Who's number one for you, Nick?
LaFleur was up there.
And Jordan Love. That her
Yeah,
name
both
could
of
just
them
be
look great.
Jordan Love.
I just said
Yeah,
it.
that's
100%.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Wait, who's yours, Nick?
LaFleur. LaFleur and Love, like, we're like borderline, you know, like Insta famous, like type looking, like straight out of you know, some, I don't even know.
I'll tell you, Eberflus would probably be the most fun though.
Not make it weird.
Eberflus would probably be the most fun. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, for sure.
You can find her at a 9 and Van Dyke trailer park.
We're gonna move on shortly. I need Chris's answer though.
No. I'm flying out love for sure.
I'm flying out love from Green Bay. Also, chat, I just need to know, please, I need a serious answer. If Dan Campbell saw that segment, do you you think he's more offended that you would or you wouldn't?
I think he's more offended that you wouldn't. Everything he's done for the city. Like I said, I'm not doing it because I want to. I'm doing it because I have to, because he earned it.
Nick?
I don't know how Dan Campbell would react to that
Do you
segment.
think he's more offended you would or wouldn't?
Imagine Dan Campbell, like,
I don't
it's
think
the
he'd
same
be-
build as Dan
yeah.
Campbell, just like picking Nick up. You're coming home with me.
Yeah, all day. So I'm saying power bottom.
I don't know. I think he'd be offended that we were doing it in the first place. That's what I think Dan Campbell would think about it. But you know what? We're having fun on a Monday.
He would for sure smash golf, though. For sure.
All right.
Red Wings, baby.
Larkin, what? I'm just kidding. All right. I had it, the first segment, and then we're supposed to talk about it during the intro, too, but I'm kind of glad we saved it. Detroit Red Wings are red hot. Mm-hmm. As you started the trend, the
Car flag season. Yeah,
car
month's
flag
coming in
season
next
upon
week.
us. Don't make plans in late April, because I think the playoffs are coming.
I do too.
But I think we're watching two goats at work. When I'm talking about that specifically, I'm talking about Stevie Y and Patrick Cade. Mm-hmm. Like watching that, I guess this entire situation with Patrick Cade. Like 3 days ago, they did like a one-on-one with him on the Detroit Red Wings YouTube.
Yeah.
Talking about like him coming back, and it was just Backstrom and the other guy, both which retired before like finishing out the season, even coming back from that same like hip surgery. Mm-hmm. Just like what he's doing right now, again, given like the history of the hip surgery, is fucking insane.
Yeah.
But it's not just like the stats. Like the stats, you can look at it like that is insane because they are insane at 35 years old. But also include the fact that they're in big time moments and big time games. The one against the Avalanche, big time moment. Mm-hmm. And then yesterday you have like a 3-minute montage of what he is. And then by the way, I didn't even know these things about him until I watched that one-on-one. The first ever American-born hockey player to win the Hart Trophy. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. Yeah. What he was to that city to watch that 3 minutes. And like again, we're supposed to hate the Blackhawks. Like that's part of it. But like you can't help but like I think even Mick got kind of choked up. Yeah. Like listen back to it. But to watch him go in that moment, get checked by the new coming guy too, Bedard, which kind of clean, dirty.
It's hockey.
But to come back, I know that the one-on-one breakaway, like
it's who he is. It's who he is. It's what he is. He is Showtime, flat out. I always say it about every sport. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. Yep. And that's what this guy has done for his entire career, going on almost 20 years now. Like, this dude is a monster, and he is the greatest American-born hockey player of all time. Will Matthews catch him? We'll see. Like, he's got to win a couple cups if he wants to be in that conversation. But Patty Kane, dude, he is Showtime. He knows when the lights are the brightest, and when the lights are the brightest is when he's at his best. Yeah. Like, wait until the playoffs, too. Because that's when they really take it up a notch. That's when guys like Patrick Kane, who have won Stanley Cups, really take it up a notch. And the guy's a monster. The guy is so impressive to see him still playing at this level, coming off of what was a death sentence for NHL players in the surgery that he had. And it just proves that that's who he is. And like you said, it's hard. You know, we're supposed to hate the Blackhawks. There are four Blackhawks players that you can't hate. For me, Duncan Keith's in there because he's a Spartan dog. Obviously, Chris Chelios was a Blackhawk, came to the Wings, universally loved. Yeah. Patrick Kane's doing the same thing. One of the greatest Blackhawks of all time. Comes to the Wings, is universally loved.
Blackhawks.
And I would say the fourth is Jonathan Taves, just because of who he is, how he plays. He's a stand-up guy. He was their captain. But Patty Kane's following that same, Chris Chelios era where he had more success for the Blackhawks than Chelios did. Chelios didn't win any cups for the Blackhawks. Patrick Kane won 3 for him. Like, the guy is a legend in the sport. He's a legend for U.S. hockey, like, to be where it's at now, to see all of these great players coming out of the United States. It's because of Patrick Kane. It is. He laid the groundwork of all these kids, Matthews, Bedard, Larkin, all these kids growing up, they watched Patrick Kane, and they idolized Patrick Kane. Because that's what he is. It's who he is. Showtime. He's here to stay. Hopefully they ink him to an extension because it looks like he hasn't lost a beat.
No, and I think, too, like, the part of it is, like, the way yesterday's game went. And we had bets right on. I know that Nick and I at least did for sure. And it was for the Larkin goal. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was for the Brinkett goal and Kane goal, and then we get the 1.5. I put 3 shots for Bedard there. But like as sloppy as the game was, for it to still feel like that like type of moment at the end of it, that was fucking sick.
Yeah.
And by the way, too, like for it to be sloppy, I don't think, and I'm not either way too. Like I kind of just started like jumping into the Red Wings like last week, whenever they started. But like I don't think anybody should come away disappointed from that too, because like Neil pointed out on Twitter, it was their third game in 4 days.
Third game in 4 nights. Yeah.
And that one was specifically on a back-to-back. And like as shitty as like the Blackhawks were, and fuck them anyway, but like that's their playoff game. One, it's the Detroit Red Wings, which is like their biggest rival by far. And you don't get to see them as often as you used to, so it's for sure like a built-up moment. It's Chris Chelios night, which like again going back to the rivalry, Detroit Red Wing and Blackhawk.
Yeah.
You have Patrick Kane, coming back, having his tribute, and then Bedard, I feel like a little bit of a moment for him too to go against Kane as well. A little bit of like a passing of a torch situation.
Oh, for sure.
The pre-kit too, if you want to throw that in there as well. Like it was a big ass game for them, and they for the most part showed up, and partly more so on the Detroit Red Wings. I feel like they were sloppy, tired, sluggish, and again, understandably so. But I still think there's pride in that for sure. I think there's like you said, in the big time players show up in big time moments. Kane proved it.
They don't call him Showtime for nothing. Like this is what he does. This is what he's always done. He gets out of bed different on games like that, on opportunities like this. So I love to see it, man. And I love to see the boys just embracing him, learning from him. Like Mo Sider is like his best friend now. You see him jumping up and down. He got in his face. First of all, Mo, like, relax. You're way bigger than any of these guys. And when he scored, he jumped high. And he gets his face like, Showtime! Like, dude, I love that shit, man. It's awesome. And they're playing it right now. Like, also, Ken Daniels, the GOAT, amazing call on that. He's been on a heater recently, all these calls he's got. But it's just awesome to see, man. It's awesome to see Patrick Kane doing his thing still.
It's fucking dirty on the way down, too. Just real quick, I apologize, Nick. But just like him, like, just the veteranship of him going down in that one-on-one. Like, he's like looking at the bench and like just doing all kinds of like weird shit. Because I know he's not fast. And I think it was
not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. But I think it was Mickey Redmond. It was like, but it's the hand speed. The hand speed is like where he like switched shit up and like.
You don't lose the mitts. You don't lose the mitts.
And then Mrazek too, like to have all those like L's he took into Kane while he was in the Blackhawks jersey.
Yep.
To have the roles switch. Yep. And this guy's whooping your ass again, except for this time he's in the fucking Red Wings jersey. Like that guy had to, I know he's fucking pissed walking away from that one, but Kane's a fucking man. He's fucking watching goats right now.
2 OT winners in a matter of 3 games, 5 straight for the Red Wings. In Patrick Kane's last 14 games were 11-2-1, and I know he dealt with like a little injury before the All-Star break there, and we got him back fully healthy. We can see what he does when he's fully healthy. He takes this team to a whole nother level. And yesterday, nobody would have been pissed in the city if we would have gone there and lost that game with the emotion behind it. Yeah. But the fact that this team rallied and kept the Blackhawks at bay with 2, where we could let our offense kind of pick it up a little, and we saw sneaky goal from DeBrincat. Still have no idea how that got in there.
That was dirty.
But we just waited. Shout out Reimer for stopping Bedard on his breakaway.
Stopped a couple breakaways.
So he was playing.
Bedard had the fucking. I think it was like 2 Red Wings. He's just like whoop whoop. It was really like a fucking like football. It was insane. That kid's gonna be good.
Yeah. Shout out Reimer for the stop there, and then of course it just can't write up a better script than that for Patty Kane to win in overtime on a sick goal. So shout out Patty Kane, and it's a lot of fun to talk about these Red Wings right now because the city's buzzing right there behind them.
And DNC ENT's right. Rempy's fun to watch. He's a kid in New York. He's 5 fights in 5 games. 5 games, 30 penalty minutes.
That's what he posted?
Yeah.
Proper scrap.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Proper
He got his
scrap.
ass whooped in his last one, but it's fun to watch. Everybody's going to be going at him now. He might fight in every team.
I didn't even know they let him throw like that. I don't think they do.
They do.
They let him throw like that.
Yeah, as long as somebody doesn't get knocked over or anything, they'll let him go.
When we get back, I want to know what the difference is between the Detroit Red Wings. Can we call them brand new Red Wings, or they can't do that?
No, not yet.
Yeah, we can't do that.
The expectations are different for the Red Wings.
The franchise.
You're not the brand new Red Wings until you're winning multiple playoff series again.
When we get back, we're going to talk about the turnaround. Also, Brad Holmes had comments today on the flagship station, and we have mock drafts coming up, but not before you tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's, come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams. And all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet's #1 Chevy dealer in the state of Michigan with 18 locations and one right in your backyard. Make sure you visit Feldman Auto to find the one nearest you. And also, check out BDE and Wake Up Woodward at Feldman Chevrolet Novi, live every other Monday.
Check it out.
Pull up on our boys. What up, though? Welcome back. First and foremost, if you guys hit that like button, it mean the world to us. Bro, never in my life. And I wouldn't say never in my life because obviously the Red Wings would come up, and I do enjoy playoff hockey. But I never thought I'd be in my living room on my phone watching the OT game score, just going crazy to the point where, like, there's been 2 times where Bryce has been scared watching sporting events with me. The Cowboys play.
Yeah.
The fucking called back 2-point conversion. And then that one. That overtime when I was just fucking screaming.
Yeah.
I get pretty excited when they get close to the goal in the first place too, because you never really know. Like, it's a fun sport, bro. It's nice to have a good team.
Hockey's amazing to watch.
I'm
man.
locking a playoff. I'm going after Saturday, which was the least entertaining of the last couple Wings games. Yeah. I'm locked in, man. I'm going to the Wings playoff game. I don't care what it costs. Bro,
that's the cool part about hockey too. Now that I am starting to watch it a little bit more, is like you could come back in those games. Like the Blues game, I know obviously we ended up winning 6 of them things on them. But we've seen situations, I mean, just the other week, the Red Wings did it too. They ended up losing in the third, but like, you can come back. It's a
momentum
cool
is a
sport.
thing in hockey, man.
It's a fucking dope sport. Speaking of momentum, Detroit Red Wings momentum turning around. Chris talking about going to the playoffs. I want to know from you, I guess specifically Spinny, and then you too, Nick. Like, what is the biggest difference? Like, what has been the biggest turnaround? Is it a Lalonde thing? Obviously, I have my thoughts too, but I value you guys more than mine at this point.
Yeah, Lalonde. I mean, Lalonde is definitely a big part of it. Going from Lalonde to Blashill is a huge part of what's turning it around, and they love Eazy and they're playing for him well. But the biggest difference is Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane. You have 2 superstars on this team. Like, you didn't have that anymore. And when you have guys like Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane on the ice, it opens up everything else for all the other players. You see Larkin in open space. You see Daniel Sprong in open space. David Perron isn't getting as much look on the wing because you got to pay attention to Alex DeBrincat and Patrick Kane out there. So when you have guys that are universally respected in the NHL as top-tier players, it's going to make everybody else around them look better. It's going to make everybody else around them get better opportunities, be able to get closer to the net, do different things like that. So that is the biggest thing, is when this Red Wings team was in the end years of that 25-year playoff run, all of their older guys weren't the level of star power that they used to be. And then obviously after that run snapped, they didn't have any stars. Like, this is by far the best team the Red Wings have had in, like, I want to say like 6-7 years. Like, it's for sure. It is easy to see why, and it's because you have the star power, and because you have 2 guys, like I said, that are mutually respected, universally respected around the NHL in DeBrincat and Kane. You have Larkin, who is earning that mutual respect from everyone in the NHL. You have Mo Seider, who is one of the best defensemen in the NHL. Like, it's huge, and on top of that, you got Alex Lyon in the back of the net, who every time he goes out there, he could put out a shutout. Like, that guy stands on his head. He's one of the top 10 goalies in the NHL right now, per statistics. So the level of talent on this team is the difference.
Is that now? Because I want to ask this, and I guess I'll go to you two first, Nick, on this one. Do you think it would have been like similar results if Blashill were still the coach? Like, if you get Kane and
obviously, I think Newsy's a better coach, but Blashill wasn't a terrible coach. He really wasn't. It was just what he was working with, and the dead bodies you had on that roster, and the terrible contracts you had on that roster, like Alfredson and Nielsen and Abdelkader, that just hamstrung you so you couldn't get this good talent. And unfortunately, that's what happened to him. But I definitely think Newsy's a better coach than Blashill. But if Blashill had this roster, they would be right around the same.
Yeah, you talk about flipping talent even. Just Bertuzzi and Mantha, two big guys that we moved on from, got picks, got better players, got deeper. And then you bring in all-stars, guys like Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat. You just mentioned it, Spencer. The biggest reason to me is Alex Lyon. He's playing like a top goalie in the NHL right now. You cannot even debate it. Last 5 games, we've given up 7 goals. 0, 3, 1, 1, 2. Unbelievable from Lyon. And I'm going to throw Reimer in there. He is a little erratic back there. And it was kind of a fluky type situation on both of those goals yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was a little far out the net on the second one. But even Reimer's playing well, and he came up big when we needed him to yesterday. When our team wasn't producing goals, he was able to stop guys like Connor Bedard on a breakaway, and that was the big difference in this game. So I think the goaltending specifically, in my eyes, is different this season. And then guys like a Daniel Sprong, guys like a Joe Veleno even, fourth liners that are literally producing numbers and goals for this team, where you're getting big plus minus out of those guys instead of the other way around. So it's big for this team because they're deep now.
Yeah, honestly, shout out to you for bringing up Loin, because that is a great point. And you said statistically he's a top 10 goalie in the league right now, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. Maybe people don't even look at it that way because you didn't think it was going to end up that way. I mean, what were the expectations going into the season? I mean,
we knew what he did. He helped Florida claw into the playoffs last year, doing what he did and starting down the stretch. But we knew he was great. I thought he was going to be the best goalie on this team when they signed him. But you don't know what a guy like that is going to do when he gets the workload of an entire season, of being that goaltender one for an entire season. And obviously, he wasn't supposed to be that going into this year. But with Husso, with the injuries he's dealt with, it's been thrusted upon him, and he's been lights out. So it's awesome.
That is fucking awesome. A little bit of a blessing too. I guess I want to bring this up too, because from my perspective, it was a roster thing, and that's why I wanted to ask. I guess the coaching situation too, because one thing actually I will say, and I had this discussion with Gentry, and it's because again, I am a novice when it comes to hockey, but I asked the difference between, because I believe it is the roster. Yeah, I believe DeBrincat probably foremost, because we were still winning games before Kane came. Kane obviously a great addition too, especially the chemistry he and DeBrincat have. But I remember when I first started at Woodward Sports, one of the ways I first broke onto a mic was being the technical director. It's for the hook. Yeah, it's D-Mac and Maz. And I remember D-Mac was talking about the style change and the pace of play. It's now it's guys are just chasing the puck. Yeah. And I feel having a DeBrincat in that situation is he's lethal.
Yeah, and you look at what the Red Wings were doing under Blashill, and they were doing a lot of dump and chase. They're doing a lot of dump and chase, which is when you get the puck, you throw it into the zone, and then you go after it. And it's good and bad. If you get there, it's good, but it's also very easy for the opposing team to just get the puck and send it back out of the zone. Yeah. But now, when you have guys like DeBrincat and Larkin and Raymond playing well, and Patrick Kane, who can take the puck into the zone on their own, they don't have to dump and chase. You can get in the zone and then set up your offense instead of dumping it in there and then a hectic scrum to get it and then setting your offense. You have a Patrick Kane, a Dylan Larkin, and Alex DeBrincat, JT Compher even, that can get the puck into the zone without having to dump a chase, and that is huge. And another huge part of it, Alex Tangay, bringing him in as the power play, the special teams guy, it's huge. I understand the power play looks a lot better because of the talent that you brought in with a David Perron and a DeBrincat and a Kane as well, but Alex Tangay has done a great job in reworking that power play and making it one of the best units in the NHL.
And then I want to ask this, because I've noticed these key terms being said a bunch too, and if there's a difference, and maybe it has to do with the roster as well, but our special teams, the penalty kill and the power play. Obviously, DeBrincat, he's been scoring majority of his stuff on the power play, so that answers that question. But the penalty kill is a lot better this year too, no? Mm-hmm. Is that a talent thing or coaching thing?
It's a talent thing. It's a face-off thing. When you have Larkin and JT Compher, who both are winning face-offs at an extremely high rate, that's one of the most important things on penalty killing, is winning a face-off. Yeah. And JT Compher is a great dude in the circle, and you didn't have much of that over the past couple of years. And the depth of this team, you have a Rasmussen, you have a Sherratt, you have a Perron, you have these guys that can play at multiple different spots, and when they're on the ice, they can do multiple different things. Rasmussen is probably your best two-way forward on your team. He does a lot on the PK, and he could be on your first line if you had to have him out there. He could play center, he could play wing, he can do whatever. You have guys like Joe Veleno is even very dedicated himself to PK and doing different things like that. So winning faceoffs is a huge thing, and that's why JT Compher is such an important signing, because anytime he's on the dot, I'm like, all right, they're probably going to win this, and that is huge.
Nick?
Yeah, it's great to see those guys do that, but for me, it goes back to, I mean, it's obviously the PK has been so big for this team and their success lately, but it goes back to the goalies for me. It's Alex Lyon absolutely standing on his head every single night out. And just wanted to give a quick shout out, talking about a goalie, one of them in our pipeline just won AHL Player of the Week in Sebastian Kosa.
Yep.
So as we talk about this organization from top down, we got a guy in the wings in Kosa who's starting to get really hot in Grand Rapids. He's 6-0-2 in his last 8 times out. So
and Trey Augustine, man, like he's on the award list for best goalie in NCAA, and he just turned 19 like 2 days ago.
Yeah, we were talking about that during the weekend too. I was texting back and forth with you, is like, what's up with like moving? Like, are these guys not ready to move up? And you said it's a Stevie plan.
No, yeah, you could like Jonathan Berggren. He's a 20-goal scorer in the NHL right now.
Yeah.
If you put him on an NHL team, he's a 20-goal scorer. Every time he comes up, he puts one in the back of the net.
But the Demons.
Simon Edvinsson is ready for the NHL right now. It's just what Stevie likes to do is you keep them down there. The success they're having for Grand Rapids right now is going to be so impactful of them going forward, of them making this deep run, playing competitive games, getting their confidence up, and then when they move up, they're already going to have that confidence of, oh, shit, we could, we're moving up at the same time as some of these guys. We're better than these guys. And so Edvinson's going to be on the team next year 1,000%. We'll see about the forwards, what they do, who they re-sign, because they just signed Rasmussen to the extension, but Perron.
I was just say, yeah.
Perron needs to be expensive. Sprong needs to be extended.
Kane.
Sprong is probably not going to get a deal because it's probably going to cost a lot. But I could see them re-sign Perron and Kane just because of what they mean to this locker room, being the veteran guys and doing a lot in the locker room. And Kane it has been lights out. So
that goal was Sprong with the first goal, right?
Yeah.
That one was ugly.
Yeah,
it was ugly.
That's a hockey.
Daniel Sprong has one of the best goal percentages based on like shot and minutes in the NHL. Like,
that's insane.
When he's on the ice, he fucking scores. It's crazy.
But that one was like,
it's what he does.
That's how they are.
Like
Sprong scores.
80% of goal scorers' goals are puck luck and just random shit. Like that was DeBrincat's. It went off the back of the goalie and in the back of the net.
DeBrincat's was dirty.
It was, dude. It's a lot of puck luck. When you're a goal scorer like that, you get those breaks. And Daniel Sprong has showed that that's what he is this year. Like, it's crazy his percentage of goals scored to shots attempted.
Well, breaking news out of Detroit Lions. They just re-signed Jeremy Reeves Maven. I'm seeing it in Woodward Sports Chat. We'll check that out throughout the commercial break. Yes, I am excited about that.
It's a great signing.
We're talking about him. Let's move some Detroit Lions stuff. But first, let me tell you guys about Fairway Pack Company. For over 6 years, we provided Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants, and casinos the finest prime beef, dry-aged beef, Wagyu beef, and more. Get it delivered to your door with fairwaypacking.com or stop for grab-and-go steaks in Fairway Packing in Grosse Pointe.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Meet Darren McCarty, Spin More Racks.
Hello.
Neil and the rest of the boys at the Ulta Equipment live event. BDE will be there. It's New Rule, Darren McCarty, Spin More Racks, KG, March 5th. 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Come by the Suburban Collection Showplace at 46-100 Grand River Avenue. That's in Novi. Say what up to the boys. Get some pictures. It's also featuring the latest products technology and services from the exhibitors, including lawn and landscape equipment, heavy-duty equipment, snow equipment, trucks, nursery stock, chemicals, hell yeah, hardscapes, irrigation, water features, and all that good stuff. Again, that's Alta Equipment. Make sure you guys pull up. That's March 5th from 11 to 1 a.m., 46 100 Grand River Avenue in Novi. Here it is. Breaking news. Mike Garofalo. The Lions have agreed to a contract extension with Pro Bowl special teamer Jalen Reeves-Maybin, according to his agent, McLaughlin. We'll give him now the BD. I don't know what that stands for. But it's a 2-year, $7.5 million extension with up to $8 million. That makes him the highest paid core special teamer ever. But I think it should be pointed out, yes, the highest paid core special teamer ever, but we've seen him be impactful at the linebacker position for the Detroit Lions.
Playing that Sam linebacker position when he has to fill in, he can make some plays. He's a very athletic guy. He's good in coverage, and he's good on the blitz. He had a sack, I believe, in one of the games he played. Like, Germ can fill in different spots, and he's a great talent to have out there. And it's actually fully guaranteed $5.245 million with a $2.5 million signing bonus. So shout out to Germ. He definitely earned that. He was a great player last year for the for the Lions, and I'm happy to keep him on the team. He was I think he was number 3 on my bring back list. Yeah. So extremely impactful.
100%. I mean, I think a way to put it, and I'm not like 100% the way we always do each other, but like I think beyond just making tackles, which you could obviously you watch him make, and that's why he's part of the reason he's in Pro Bowl. But also, he's a special teamer in the sense of like those moments we did go for on 4th down. Mm-hmm. I believe he has a completion where he's throwing the ball. I believe he's also ran it for a 4th down conversion. Like he does so much more. That's why they say like a core special teamer. He's more than that. This is, again, like you said, on our list to bring guys back of priorities. He was high up there, and you shout out Germ, shout out to him for getting that money, but I also want to shout out to Brad Holmes. And what this a segment was originally supposed to be is kind of like drawing similarities between he and Stevie Y. Because you guys talked about on BD today when I tapped in, and you're talking about like how Stevie Y is like not one to go spend big money on like just free agent acquisitions. Mm-hmm. He's going to re-sign his own guys that he's drafted. He's acquired guys through trade, and that's what we're seeing Brad Holmes do too. Now, obviously, different timelines and different sports for that reason, too. Like hockey, you have guys that literally have to marinate for like 2 years every once in a while before they can move up to the big leagues.
Most of the time, yeah.
But NFL, that you're getting those guys straight to the roster, like ready to go. 3 years makes sense for the Brad Holmes and the Detroit Lions regime to turn around. 5 years, obviously, starting to see things change with the Detroit Red Wings. We don't know what they're going to do in the playoffs yet, but I think we're drawing similarities. And the reason I want to bring that up, too, is I mentioned in the very first segment watching GOATs at work. And I mentioned GOATs as plural because Stevie Y is part of that. We're not yet to see what the Detroit Red Wings like situation is to completion. But one thing he has is rings to go along with his general manager, I guess, regime or his resume. And you're seeing those same traits in a guy like Brad Holmes. Even to the point we talked about on the flagship station today. It was like, we're going to keep things the same. Like, we're going to focus on re-signing the guys internally, and then we're going to be very, very careful with everything we add with external ads. But I think you look at Brad Holmes, and you want parallel to like championship pedigree, I think it's Stevie Y. And I know they're two different sports, and if it sounds crazy, come at me. I don't care. But even when you look at the external ads, trades. How'd they get Jared Goff?
Yeah.
Trade. Mm-hmm. He's never went out there and made a guy the highest paid free agent. That's not their style. They're also not willing to pay a guy that they know is coming up on free agency. They know they're not going to pay. You saw it with Burt. You saw it with Okudah. You saw it with Swift and the Brad Holmes side of it. And I just like to draw like the championship parallel between both organizations because we're seeing them bring life to the city when it comes to our sports. Shout to fucking Brad Holmes and shout to Stevie Y.
Yeah. All right, so I mean, it's amazing to see you have 2 of the top 5 GMs in their respective sports in the same city. And Steve Yzerman, if he builds what he built in Tampa, in Detroit, which is looking like that, I mean, obviously all the playoff success is still to come, and you're never going to predict, hey, they're going to win 3 cups, but he is going into GOAT status of GMs in NHL history if he can repeat what he did in Tampa in Detroit. And he's not like too stuck on his guys, even though obviously he loves to sign his guys, he loves to re-sign his guys, but he also keeps he kept Joe Veleno. Mm-hmm. He obviously gave Larkin the big contract. So he kept Rasmussen. It's not, he just paid Rasmussen.
Yeah.
So it's not just him sticking to his guys, but also recognizing, understanding, and maintaining talent and cultivating talent. Like Joe Veleno is a great player. As your 4th line center, like it's extremely impressive to have him there. Michael Rasmussen, he's one of my favorite players on the team. He's big. He can do anything. He can play wing or center on any line on your team. and getting rid of guys like Burt, like Philip Zadina, who had high upsides, but sorry, hey Bertuzzi, we love you here. You're a great player.
Fan favorites.
Yeah, fan favorite. We're not paying you $8-9 million a year. Sorry, we'll see you later. Like I got 4 of you in the AHL right now. I got 4 Bertuzzis waiting to come up right now. I got 4 guys that could score 30 goals a year in the AHL right now as prospects. So we're not paying you $8 million when I got this pipeline ready to go. Sorry, bud.
And that's a perfect example too. Like again, these guys they're gonna make the business decision at the end of the day. Now we've seen Brad Holmes cry when it comes to speaking on certain guys. Talking about like his first draft class.
Stevie would never.
Last year, yeah, Stevie would never. Stevie fucking balls to steel.
Stevie's a fucking Sith Lord, man.
When he walks, you hear ding, ding, ding.
Literally,
just fucking balls.
When we went to the game, when D-Mac gave us the tickets, and we were up there in the alumni.
You heard the dinging?
Booth. Yeah, I heard the dinging. No, he was right. His booth it's like the booth D-Mac puts you in, the camera well, and then Steve Eiserman and Chris Draper in the booth.
You smell the greatness?
I was looking over there. I was like, oh, fuck, that's him. Oh, shit. And, like, we left at the same time. And so he walked right in front of me as we were leaving. I was like, oh, shit. I wanted to be like,
Yeah.
Hey,
we had somebody messaged us today.
But they just lost. So, I didn't want to.
Smart call.
He was not looking happy. I was like, oh, fuck.
But I wanted to draw another parallel too. You talk about like guys that we love, and I don't know if Hawk was that to say, but like losing seasons, he was like one of the lone bright spots, right? Still considered like a top 10 tight end. I don't know if Burt was ever considered top 10, but definitely a guy that you'd like to have in your team.
He was all-star.
Oh yeah, well there you go.
Yeah.
Trade away Burt, T.J. Hawkinson, trade away. Like they go about business in the right way, and I just like the fact that you look at one guy who has rings to go along with that.
Yeah, one thing that I would like to see that them do this year, we saw the Red Wings do it. They brought in a guy like Patrick Kane. They took a shot on a great, and then they obviously made the trade for DeBrincat.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to this defense for the Lions, are we going to take a shot on a high upside blue chip type guy?
Yes.
We've seen the Red Wings 100% play out or work out for this Red Wings team.
Yeah.
Can a similar thing happen for the Lions on defense? Because we know how good this offense is with
the
Ben
one
Johnson.
difference with that one though with Kane is obviously you had him coming off the injury. He's 35 years old. Like if there's a guy like Grover Stewart, is that the guy who just tore his quad again? I don't. He's obviously not like the element that Kane is, but like
DJ Reader.
Like Brad's gonna take risk on guys like that. I mean,
I do believe
he's
Brad
not
Holmes
Kane, but Emmanuel Mosley was that. The CB1 for the San Francisco 49ers of a dominant defense. Like I think he is gonna grab a couple of those guys. He spoke about this station today too. He's like, I'm trying to think of the way he worded it. He's just talking about like the big name guys. It's like that's kind of perceived, like who's perceived as like a big fish. It changes in the eye of the beholder or whatever. But like I think Emmanuel Mosley, that type of guy for us. I think DJ Reader, the guy you keep talking about, I think that could be the type of guy for us. Where it's like to him it's a big fish, but like to everybody else, no one else is gonna see it as a big name splash signing.
I do believe that Brad Holmes is going to make moves in this offseason. I think he's going to bring in a couple pieces on that defense because he knows. He's been around it before. He's been around Super Bowl rosters. He knows how close that window is, and he knows in the NFL what you have to do to make it over that hump. Like you need to need to bring in that pieces. You need to do that. So I expect him to. I think he's going to bring in multiple pieces on the defensive side of the ball.
And this is where I want to draw like the parallel once more too. And I kind of mentioned it in the beginning of it, but like you can hear Brad. He said it today too. I think we have one of the. If you want to throw one of them up, Chris, it's I'll just read it actually. Brad Holmes doesn't feel a pressure or urgency to swing big this offseason because he's never been bought on the one player away narrative. What I think is going to happen, you're not going to see it in free agency. The same way you don't see it in free agency with Stevie White. They're never going to go out there and make a guy off the open market the highest paid player at the position because we know that's how it works on the open market. The market's constantly being reset when these guys are signed off the open market. What he's going to do, what I believe Brad's going to do, if he does make that blue chip signing like you're saying, there's blue chip acquisition, is you notice he's talking about free agency when they have these conversations. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to come in the form of a trade. And that's where, shout out to our guy Ryan, Lil Birdie told me, he said he'd quit this job, the Detroit Lions trade out of the first round. But if that comes with like an acquisition of a blue chip player, I mean Brian's not gonna quit because like you're gonna be just fine with that. Yeah, like, I get that. Like the draft is here in Detroit, you want to see them draft here in the first round. But if he goes out there and he grabs a freaking, I can't even think of a name right now. I'm just saying for the sake of it, T.J. Watt, because we saw it in the mock draft a few weeks ago from a listener. You're gonna be completely fucking fine with that because you got T.J. Watt out of the deal.
Patrick Surtain,
J.C. Horn, Chris.
Exactly. No, that's what I've been saying for weeks. It feels like, especially at that cornerback position, it feels like that option, if you want to get a true number one, is going to have to be finding some type of trade, some type of transaction, because free agency, it doesn't look like those top guys are going to be leaving their situations. And the draft, where the Lions are positioned, I unless, again, Brad Holmes, that's his evaluation, he can find the diamond in the rough. He's proven that a million times. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't ever see Brad Holmes as a guy who's circling the same names that everybody's circling at the top of their. I don't see his free agent board ever looking like an ESPN free agent board. Yeah. Like I don't see that's how he shots. He's shown that, like you said, he'll take risks. He'll take risks. He'll take players with injury. He'll also just look where other people aren't, and that's what I think makes him such a great GM. Is there is no stone that's unturned when it comes to him. There's levels to every single decision he makes, and that's why every decision is usually a good decision, because it's well thought out. And it's thought of, if I'm drafting this player here, it's because I know I got this player that I want here, or this trade that I want over here. Nothing is lateral. It's all
highly calculated.
Yeah, it's highly
chess,
calculated.
not checkers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess just real quick here before we go to break and continue some of the conversation is he talked about with the money, the extra money they got in that same interview, and he's like, we're gonna focus on our guys in house first. But to what Chris was saying too, you have to be extremely careful with external ads. And again, I think my prediction of it all is if they get that blue chip guy, it's via trade, like I said, and I think, as you said before. What if you sign that blue chip guy off the market? And I'm not trying to win headlines in March. I want to win headlines in December. I think he's going to grab depth pieces, like multiple of mid to good guys. Glover Quinn, when we signed him, we weren't really we knew of him, but we weren't familiar as he'd be all pro here in Detroit. Those type of signings. We're not paying the guy the world, but you're grabbing multiples of them, right? And then you make that blue chip through a trade where you have a relationship with a prior coach that you may have worked with the Rams, or Dan King may have worked with the Saints. They grab a Lattimore or something like that. There's prior relationships. It's what that player is before just giving him money. Yeah. You're acquiring him on a contract already.
He's not going to get burnt.
No.
Brad Holmes is not going to get burnt. I'm not worried about him making the Jamie Collins mistake or the Chandler Jones mistake.
Who's the one guy from the Patriots?
Trey Flowers.
Jamie Collins, Trey Flowers.
That one. Bob Quinn made him the highest paid at the time edge rusher.
Yeah.
I was never really comfortable with that because I just know how the Patriots are. Patriots only work with Patriots. That's been true since forever.
It's not going to be Brad Holmes. He's going to make smart, calculated decisions and bring in players that will be a great asset for the team going forward.
Even with guys internally, they're not going to reset the market with Goff. I love Amon-Ra. They're not going to reset the market with Amon-Ra. He's going to get paid, but I guarantee they're not going to reset the market in any of these positions outside of maybe, and I'm not even a maybe, it's for sure going to happen, Penei Sewell. That's the only contract I'm seeing from Brad Holmes going to reset the market.
I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's the only way you're going to attain him. He's currently, as Spain's been preaching all fucking year long, the best lineman in the NFL.
Yes.
At least for sure tackle. For damn sure.
He's the best offensive lineman in the NFL.
We do have to go to break here. Nick, I know you had your hand up. Don't forget what you're going to say. Speed. Actually, no, Jack Labrador.
Jack Labrador. Football season is officially over and spring training is here. However, Jack Labrador is 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn how to play now in your phone at jacklabrador.gg. 2 new symbols and a franchise-changing 3-point play. And remember, once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg now to join in on the fun.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry-aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button. It means the world to us. I'm Eazy. If you haven't, no, that's Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Uncle Nick, a.k.a. Nicholas Koloff. Just kind of go over Detroit Lions, drawing parallels between him and Stevie Y, and I think reasons why they're successful as GMs. Another thing Brad Holmes said today, too, and I don't know if I sent this one to Chris or not, but it pertains to addressing needs. And and it's one of the reasons I want to do the mock draft today. Also mock draft Monday.
Jeremy Reisman?
Yeah, I think so, actually. Yeah, let me see. I don't know. So Holmes also said that what I've been saying for several off seasons now, heavily paraphrased, free agency is more of a needs-based approach. The draft is about acquiring talent. In other words, F your needs-based mock draft. And he's absolutely right. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense to do that too, right? Like why, especially in a team like us, we're in a window of contending for a possible like Super Bowl. Why? And this is why you made this point too about the cornerback. And somebody like argued with you on Twitter. Why would you rely on a rookie to be your number one cornerback? You wouldn't. You don't.
You don't.
That's why Brad Holmes, if it's a need, if it's a position of need, you dress that with an established veteran in the league who you have like actual tape and evidence on him competing at that level, not just like putting all your hope into a rookie to hold down a need-based position. It just doesn't make sense to do that. And Brad Holmes has been forthright with saying that, and I think that's why you can expect something popping, because we have needs in this team. Humans are coming. Humans are coming. That's what aliens are saying on Mars right now. The humans are coming.
The humans are coming.
Chris, you got excited when we were talking about that.
Because I think this is just the smart thing when it comes to GMs and what GMs should be doing, and this is what Brad Holmes is doing. A rookie contract is the most valuable asset in all of sports. If you get somebody that's outperforming, so that's why you go and grab talent, because you know what? At the end of the day, if you're getting talent on a really, really cheap pay scale, that makes you have the space to be able to re-sign your other core players, to be able to bring in these big name free agents that everybody wants to chase every offseason. Those aren't possible if you don't get people like Kirby Joseph outperforming his contract. If you don't get Amon-Ra making, he made $1 million this year? What was his contract?
It was something crazy like that.
That's what I'm saying. And he's one of the best receivers in the NFL. You can't build this team. You can't give Jared Goff all these weapons if you don't have Amon-Ra making $1 million. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how this works. That's how the cap space works. So always go get talent in the draft and let everything else fall where they may. You can address your needs at free agent. And like you said, Eazy, the other part too is you're not making a gamble on somebody young. You're not putting them in a position where the spotlight's too bright.
Yes. Jeff Okudah.
You're getting people that are ready to contribute, that you know and you've seen tape that these guys are going to be contributors right away and in big moments.
And just real quick too, that also allows you to have a Jahmyr Gibbs. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going off needs at that point, and obviously I think you still would have had a good-ass player if you grabbed, like, a Jalen Carter, or at that point he would have been gone after the trade back. Cansey, like, no, because you're, as Brad Holmes said today, it's like you're passing up on, like, what could be generational talent at that point. Get the best player and fill your needs elsewhere.
And Brad Holmes doing so has provided 3 of the best draft classes in Detroit Lions history. So I'm gonna pay attention to what he does.
Let him cook.
And I'm gonna let him cook. Exactly. That's what this guy does. He got you 4 all-rookie guys in the first 2 rounds last year, not going off of need, going off of his board, going off of who he thought was the best, going off of a guy in Brian Branch that every team in the league passed over, who came back because he wanted to walk the stage, because he knew he was going to be drafted. He should have been drafted in the first round, but he came back day 2 because he needs his moment. That's such a fucking Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes guy move. Of like, okay, you guys passed on me, I'm coming back, I'm walking the stage.
Yeah.
I'm getting my moment. The only person to come back day 2 was Brian Branch.
That's everything he worked for that moment.
Yes.
Don't let it pass you up. Go enjoy it.
That, the Amon-Ra St. Brown list of all the receivers, like, this is what he wants. This is who he gets, and it works out more than it doesn't. Because Brad Holmes knows talent, he identifies talent, and he acquires talent.
And to bring this full circle, because we started this talking about Stevie Y compared to Brad Holmes, you talk about his draft and his board. You know it's different than everyone else's.
Yes.
And in Stevie's first draft, he technically reached on Mo Sider, who was projected to go late 20s, and he drafted him at 6. He stood behind it. Mo Sider's the best defender on this team that is now leading the Detroit Red Wings defenseman. Yeah, he's an absolute dog. This team's nowhere close to where it is without Sider. And then you think about Brad Holmes taking a guy like Gibbs at number 12, trading back, getting another second rounder because he trusts his board. These guys have the utmost confidence in themselves, and you can just see it go into these players after they already get drafted to these Detroit teams.
That is such a good point, because that is, you look at the Jameer Gibbs and the Mo Sider pick.
Yeah.
People were shaming Steve Yzerman. You don't draft a German defenseman that high. This kid's got a late first-round projection. This is a terrible pick. You don't draft a running back that high. This kid, you could have got him in the second round. That's a terrible pick. Look at Mo Sider. Oh, what did he do? Oh, he won Rookie of the Year. Oh, he's going to be a Norris Trophy contender for the next 10 years of his career. Look at Jameer Gibbs. Oh, he's the best rookie running back in the NFL. A top 5, arguably, running back in the NFL already. Like, you don't question the guys who know the sport, who know the talent, identify talent. I'll never question a Brad Holmes draft pick. I'll never question a Steve Yzerman draft pick.
A needs-based.
Look at what fucking Steve Yzerman did in Tampa. Look at all those guys he drafted in Tampa.
Braden Point, third rounder.
Hedman, Kucherov, like, what are we, Vasilevsky, what are we doing here? You don't question Steve Yzerman. And look at what Brad Holmes is doing. You don't question him either.
No, you don't
He's building
question him
that
either.
same rapport.
Yep. And you talk about a needs-based draft, and I mentioned it during the conversation, but Jeff Okuda, perfect example. Oh, we needed a cornerback. So you reach and you grab 1/3 just because it was a position of need, rather than just grabbing like the best player there. Now, I know Jeff was slotted to go there, but those are, again, based off needs-based mock drafts. And you talk about the Jameer Gibbs. It's exactly what you should be doing. And I don't know if this is after the draft last year or maybe something he said today. But I remember they have, like, obviously, like, their pound-for-pound players, but they also draft it on, like, a depth chart. Like, that's how they do it. Like, they'll have a depth chart in the big room while they're making the draft picks. And that's how I try to do my mock draft today, too, is like, okay, that actually makes sense. Grab the best guy at whatever position, but not even at a position of need, just the best guy in general.
Yeah. And I don't think Stevie drafted Hedman, so that's no for me. But still, Braden Point, Kucherov, Vasilevsky, like, these guys, man, when you know puck, when you know ball, you know it. And they know talent. Like, it's insane.
And I don't know if that will get done this season, but now the pipeline is 100% stacked for these Red Wings. You just talk about Grand Rapids. There's so many players. And if they did want to go out and get a top-line guy, they have all of the ammo to do that.
Yes.
If Steve wanted to. I don't know if this is the season they're going to push their cards all in, which I don't even know if they should. But if they did want to get another top 4 defender or a top 6 guy on offense, I think he 100% could if he wanted to unload some of his ammo that he has.
I do think they're going to get a top 4 defender. I really do. I think it's either going to be Chychrun or Tanev, and I'm good with either of those guys. Like, if you bring in Chris Tanev, he's been a top 4 defender for like 10 years now. Obviously, Chychrun is the same. So you bring in one of those guys, and you're going to win a playoff series.
By the way, I did mess up that quote. It's Brad Holmes doesn't have that depth chart in the big room.
Yeah.
It's just the big board. You're drafting like the best player. If I did have a depth chart, it'd probably be like positions of the draft, like quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's the way, if you did have one, but that I did misquote that. Shout out to Edward O'Neill for correcting me on that one. Let's go to break, because I approached my mock draft today like that. Yours is filthy.
Yeah, I didn't juice. It was the first one I did too. I only did one mock draft, and he fell to me. So
we got to send him to Chris during the break because I wasn't able to do the graphics in time. But when we get back, we'll be doing our mock draft 2.0s. We'll probably just do one every week on Mondays. Combine week, fuck.
Yeah.
Next we have a couple big names from the Athletic joining us too, Athletic and PFF. But before we do any of that speak, tell us about Big Boy.
Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. Try the classic lumberjack or the Santa Fe Garden. Also the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop by your local Big Boy today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new Down Home Comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The Down Home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of Down Home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the convenience of the big box and online retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live at WoodSports.com. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to smash that like button. I'm Eazy, Spimo Rax, Young Chris, Uncle Nick. Nick, you still mock draft tonight for tomorrow.
Sounds good.
But we're going to Jack Labrador. Who goes first? I didn't want to have the PFF ones up there because I don't want these artificial-ass grades, because we both got knocked for a pick that I think would have been straight in either round. Well, it's Jack Labrador for who's exposed first.
Labrador.
Tispinay. Also,
Labrador beats Jack.
QR code. You guys want to play the computer?
Yeah.
Play it yourselves.
Make sure you guys play around. All right.
Hey, yo.
You said play with yourselves.
Yeah, yours was way more
Play
pause.
nice with others.
All right. Well, let's get into these mock drafts. And mine was pretty juicy. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like juice the sliders or anything.
We turned down
draft for need.
Yeah,
right in the middle. Not all the way down.
I took my randomness all the way down.
Yeah, my randomness was down. This was the first one I did. I just entered, and look who fell to me.
Yeah, bro. What the fuck?
That's
not even fair.
Who fell to me at pick number 29.
It's not a competition, all right?
I got Nate Wiggins. You guys know I love this kid. He is my number one cornerback in the draft. I think he is going to be a day one starter in the NFL. I think he has the potential to be a lockdown cornerback in the NHL or NFL. Excuse me. Sorry, wings on the brain. And it's just awesome that he fell to me. I don't think this is going to happen, but I had seen him sliding down some mocks too around that mid-20s range, for like 22 to 25 is where I've been seeing him going a lot. And if he can fall there, man, that would be amazing.
Man,
it would be amazing if he's there. And that's who I got. At number 2, or their number 2 pick in the second round, I got Jonah Ellis out of Utah. There's another guy I did a spotlight on. He's a speed
rusher,
depth edge rusher who can he's got a deep bag where he can do multiple moves to get to the quarterback. He's aggressive, violent. I think he would be a great pairing across from Aiden Hutchinson, and I loved getting him there. This is a guy who he has the production, so Nick likes him. He's got the deep bag, he's got the quick feet, and the perfect size of somebody that I'd like to pair Hutch with.
The lineage, man.
The lineage too. Yeah,
dad,
Luther Ellis' son. It's awesome. And then at number 3 with the third round pick, I got Cooper Bebe, and they gave me an F for this, which is
Bebe. That's why I don't like the grades.
It is pretty wild that they gave me an F. Cooper Bebe is one of my favorite players in this draft. I think in those rounds, in the second and third round, where he's going to go, he's a great value pick for that round. I could see this guy being a very, very good player in the NFL. I talked about how he had almost 25K snaps in the past 3 years and only allowed 1 sack. He is a monster in the run game. He does a lot of different things that would fit perfect for Ben Johnson's run scheme, where he can move from guard to tackle to outside. He gets in front of running backs and tight ends out in the flat and can be a great lead blocker. So give me Cooper Bebe there.
Where you at so far, Nick, with mock draft?
I got
2.0.
It's straight out of God, what is it called? Principals list. I got 3 straight A's here for Spenny so far.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah. And
My bad. After that, I like getting BB there in the third, your third pick.
yeah.
No, I'm with you too. I honestly, like, he hasn't fallen to me. I like Jonah Ellis a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, for just something's growing on me. I don't know if it's like the storyline along with it. Again, like, you got the lineage, but the fact like their lineage also comes from the Detroit Lions. Like, his dad literally was a Detroit Lion, a fucking tank of a human being too. If you Google the pictures, because I wasn't old enough to watch him play. And then obviously Nate Wiggins, bro. I mean, they grade you an A+. I bitch about the grades, but that's exactly what that would be. If the Detroit Lions, and it's not like a needs-based situation. Like, you and I both have him as CB1 in this draft for us personally.
Yes.
So if you were able to acquire CB1 at pick 29, I mean, that'd be fucking amazing. I love it, and I think we're both big fans of Cooper Bebe, even though PFF doesn't seem to be one.
Yeah, I don't understand PFF's a bunch of nerds anyways, so I'm fine with them grading that an F because I think he's the second best interior offensive lineman in this draft.
Wow.
And I do think he's going to be a great player when he gets into the NFL.
I'm not
That's
too
high
familiar.
praise.
Not too familiar with Jonah Ellis's game. Obviously, the production is there though. 12 sacks, 10 games, 16 TFLs. Is he a stand-up guy that you put on the edge?
Yeah.
Kind of like a
He
James
can
Houston
do a
similar
three-point.
role?
Yeah,
or-
he's similar to James Houston. He is that
Yeah.
speed rush guy. He can come out of the three-point or the two-point. It doesn't matter. But he has a deep bag of pass rushing moves. It's impressive to watch him go out there and work. And he has that motor, that Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell motor, where he's not going to stop. He's going to chase people around and make tackles. So,
Bada bing, bada boom. The Wiggins pick gets my pants tight, and I feel that.
Yeah.
Pause.
It would be amazing. It would
But I
be
feel
amazing.
it.
Like, I did not. This is like the first draft. I did the very, very, very first draft where we only did 3 rounds. I had to redo the draft like 20 times until Nate Wiggins was there at 29. I was in
Today?
the back. No, I only did it once.
Yeah.
I literally did it once.
Well, dude,
and it was like Nate Wiggins was like, well, shit, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take him.
Well, I had changed mine too because I think I texted you. I
Yeah.
was like, my first one, I exited right out of it because like Jaden Daniels dropped him at 29.
Yeah.
And right now he's like, and I get these are mocks and obviously the Jahmyr Gibbs situation we were talking about, but like, there's no way a kid makes it 29 unless like some medical shit comes out. It's just random as fuck.
I could have got Jordan Travis in round 3, but I didn't. and then going forward with the rest of my picks, there's some great guys on there as well. Some guys I like a lot. You got Dwayne Carter.
President Carter
Out of Duke, the defensive lineman. He's just a big people mover, great in the run game, demands double teams. I think he would be a great depth piece of that defensive line rotation. You could put him in for Aleem if you need to spell him, or he can play alongside Aleem in that role. I believe he's 6'3", 320 pounds. Like he is just a big dude in the middle of that defensive line. And then I got Jalen Green out of Mississippi State with the safety position. Again, a big, tall, lanky, playmaking safety out of Mississippi State. We know they have a great track record of producing great secondary players in the NFL. And this is a kid who I think could play well. He could be, just, again, a depth piece. You don't need him to be a starter because of what you got, but he's big, he's tall, he could play special teams. He'll be able to fill in if somebody gets injured. In the 6th round, I got David White Jr., wide receiver. This guy is huge.
I'm not too familiar,
He's 6'4", 200 and something pounds. He's a big body jump ball wide receiver on the outside. He can make plays down the field in the attacking passing game. He's athletic, big, and can make things happen. And then with my last pick, I got Ja'Shawn Davis out of Wake Forest, another edge rusher. This is a guy that is a freak athlete. Like the numbers he's going to put up at the combine are going to be crazy. He is in the weight room a lot, doing a lot of different things, has crazy squat, deadlift, and power clean numbers on the weight rack. This is a guy who you can move him inside if you have to. You can move him outside. He's a very versatile piece to put around your defensive line and would be a great pick there in the 7th round.
I like it. Only ones I'm not too familiar with Dwayne Carter. I have seen his name a few times. I got to do the homework on that one. Jalen Green, similar situation. I like that you grab the safety, though. I think it's, again, I did my draft based on, I try to just put myself in Brad Holmes' shoes, like best BPA, best player available, best guy that could be like a generational piece. And it makes sense, too, hearing that that's his philosophy, thinking back on last year and how much he moved up in the draft class.
And it's true. Noah, shout out Noah in the chat. He said, hey, my boy Dwayne Carter, he's high on him. He watched a lot of his film.
Okay.
And there's a guy that I like, especially where they got him. He's a versatile piece. He can play both sides of that interior defensive line wherever you're looking at him, and I think he'd be a great rotation piece to put in there.
So pick 160 to 247. Who do you think was like who you had the highest hopes for out of like your last last three there?
Probably.
I know like later. I guess it's kind of. Well, you did get an A on the Jasheen Davis.
Yeah, it's honestly probably David White, just because of we don't have that kind of wide receiver in the system right now. Like we don't have that big body guy out there, and he is big. He can make a lot of plays down the field. He's got a good 40 time. Like he's not like super slow. I think he was like a 4.5. Yeah. So it's not like he's this just big oaf out there. He's big, athletic. He can make a lot of plays on the ball.
Nick?
Yeah, I like the Carter pick. Just first glance at it, I'm not too familiar with a lot of these guys later in the draft yet. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he got a redshirt year because of COVID, so you never know with that. But 11 TFLs, 5.5 sacks, not last year, but the year before. As a big body D tackle, you love to see that from out of the ACC and Duke.
Those are actually crazy numbers for an interior defensive lineman.
He's good, man. He's good on the interior. He does a lot of things. He's good at fighting off blocks. And like I said, he's going to be a guy that would need to be double teamed if he's out there.
Christopher?
Yeah. I'm going to go with, because I'm not well versed in any of these prospects, but the one that I could see having upside is the wide receiver, because at the end of the day, you've seen these guys come in late, and look at the Chiefs, the running back Pacheco, like coming in and just being an immediate impact. Like wide receivers and running backs have been shown to just have impact throughout the whole draft. And again, when you have an offensive line that's this stacked, when you have a quarterback this good, when you have an offense with this many weapons, you're really not asked to do too much. So I could kind of see, that receiver sneaking in and making some plays. And I feel like because the offense is so good that the wide receiver or the running back or whatever offensive weapon you decide to bring in this draft won't be asked to do too much, and they'll only be able to play to their strengths.
I like that. I got my mock draft coming up too. Again, I tried. It's ended up funky. It's a lot different than like ones I did previously, and also like the guys that we've all fell in love with as a show just like weren't there. I try to refrain from doing positions of need. Like I can filter it. I tried. I did get a little bit that way towards like the back half, probably like third round on. But when we get back, I'll show my mock draft if you show yours. But first, tell us about Guardian Alarm.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. They're professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to our needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. And no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology. It's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Dispo Dispensary, we got the best curated cannabis in the business. Also, a large variety of brand name products and the best bud tenders in the game. That's Dispo Dispensary. Make sure you guys check out the Romeo location, open till midnight. And honestly, it's a great spot to be. Dispo Dispensary, your local cannabis plug. Forgot to mention, get it delivered to you too. That's dispo-disposhops.com.
Yeah, highly abductible.
Highly abductible. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spimo Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Uncle Nick. Hey, there's still our topic. You see that?
Yeah. Mock Draft Monday.
Mock Draft Monday. We did Spinnies. It's time for mine. And again, I tried to keep the position filter off up until around, I want to say like probably our second, third round pick. But here is my mock draft we did today on PFF. I texted the group last night. I'm not in love with Enes Raxter, but I see it. I see like why he's like up there in like amongst like the top 5 DBs in this class. He is really shifty when you watch the highlights. That's partly my fault too. Like initially when you first like start to watch a guy, sometimes you creep into the highlights because like you're overzealous or you just don't feel like doing the work of watching the actual game. But like when you watch the highlights, it is a lot of plays made on the screens, but he is good on coverage too. And I think that's why the highlights he has are mostly on screens, because like they're not really throwing the ball his way when he is in coverage. Personally, I watched the LSU game. Obviously, you know there's a high aerial attack, and they did put up a hell of numbers against Missouri. However, it was mostly on everybody but Enes Raxter. I didn't catch him in the second half of that game. I don't know if there was like an injury situation. I did see though, because I was going through my mock a little bit with Scott and Russ, just that first pick, because I was going to take another guy. It would have been a wild pick. And that's why I reached out to their expert advice. It was actually a tackle, Guyton, Tyler Guyton, 6'7". But I was like, I don't really know. I think he's like a stash until like Decker moves on. I didn't see the value in that really. I want a guy that could play a little bit of that interior, which I'll start to explain in my second round pick. But Enes Raxter, I guess he had a groin injury. Actually, I'll look at the text right now. I believe it was a groin injury that held him out this year at a certain point. And then he had a torn ACL in 2021. So that's just one thing to keep an eye on when it comes to Raxter. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Fluid. This is what Russ said. Raxter is a good fit. Has the press man skills the Lions should covet. Looks very fluid and jams receivers consistently. Health is a big concern with him though. Core injury slowed him down for most of this season, and he had to have surgery to repair it. And he also had a torn ACL in 2021. So it's something to keep out when you guys are looking at Raxter on your mock drafts. I was unaware of those injury histories. I did not know that. But in the second round, and by the way, I just went, and that was a position need thing. He was the top of that board right there, and it also just made sense to me too when I was looking across the other names as well. Second round, I went with the tackle, Kyron. You're better with these names than me, Smitty.
Amagadaji?
Yeah, sure.
Amagadaji?
Amagade? Kyron Amagade?
Amagadi.
Yeah. Amagadi? There you go.
Amagadi.
Kyron Amagadi. He is a tackle out of Yale. Now, obviously, you don't see the best competition in Yale. However, this guy stands 6'5", 321 pounds.
Damn.
And he has 36-inch arms.
Damn.
I think this guy is definitely open to playing the tackle position. Maybe they're saying he could jump in and play left tackle or right tackle. The only knocks on him really is like the level of competition. But the brute strength and athleticism is there. He's great with his feet, which I know that you love. He's athletic enough to get out there on the run schemes that we do. But also, at 6'5", I believe he could play the tackle position. That's one of the strengths of him is in the interior defensive lineman, or I guess like that inside step is what he's known for. And I think with having him as raw as he is, because he's kind of late to the game when it comes to football, that's a perfect piece for a guy that we know can mold great players into foreign positions. You want to talk about Penei Sewell being the best tackle in the league? How about the fact that he was originally a left tackle?
Yeah.
Right? And Hank helped him learn that right tackle position. He also slotted over to the left tackle when he had to and looked great there too. I think this guy, you can take him. Frank, by the way, former guard. I mean, there's so many guys that they've been molded into multiple different positions. Dan Skipper, you can talk about down the line. But at 6'5", the average height of guards in the league is 6'4" and like 3/4, I believe it is. Mm-hmm. I think he played that guard spot for you for that 1 year. And depending on Taylor Decker's departure after we win the Super Bowl, I don't know if you guys caught that one. I think you want to move him out to the tackle spot and then fill that guard position of need through whether it's probably the free agency, going based off Brad Holmes. And again, I took the filters off, right? So he was sitting at the top of the big board, tackle, going to be a position of need, and it's just like the prospect in itself. Again, 36.5-inch arms on top of the freaky athleticness he has. He anchors down, only watched a little bit of tape on him. Only watched a little bit of tape because, again, he's not going against the best competition. He's from Yale. My third round. The first third-round pick, and I'm glad this guy fell to me because I fall in love with him. Mm-hmm. Maybe, and obviously, for sure, is like the prospect of what he can be. And I think Brad Holmes drafts on that too. Austin Booker. We spotlighted them both on Friday. I think we all found ourselves big fans of him. If I were to make a pro comp for you, and it's almost not even fair to put these kind of expectations on him. Sometimes I don't like pro comps for that reason, but I'm looking at a Max Crosby. When you look at the build of this guy, we watched the tape on it last week. If you guys want to go back and watch Friday's show, I believe it was, like, yes, he looks long and lengthy because he's like 6'6", 6'5", but when he makes that contact on tackles, offensive linemen, we saw it last week, they go flying. So he's very, very strong. He's got long arms. He's got that type of edge you want in a Dan Campbell guy, where he's almost feels like he's a basketball player transitioning to a football player, where he's like that proven in him. You see him chase down plays. You see him make effort sacks because he just didn't quit. He's super, super strong, super, super long. All positive on both those statements. But this guy, I think he's going to be a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Especially you put him alongside Aiden Hutchinson on the other side of him. I think he's going to put in work, especially on third downs. A lot of you guys out there that
you
want
cooked in the third round, bro. That is a beautiful third round. I like Austin Booker a lot, too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should get some feedback on you guys. I apologize.
No, I like.
How do you feel about the tag? Because I get
it. It makes sense. Yeah, you want to do that. You don't know what's going on with Decker, but that's a fine pick. I would be fine with it. It sounds good. It sounds good on paper. I like the size. I haven't looked at his tape, so I'd have to check that out. But it sounds great on paper, and he's smart if he's going to Yale, so he could probably pick up the run scheme pretty well. And I love your third round. That is beautiful third round. Those are two guys that are very high on my board, in Austin Booker and Cooper Bebe.
Nick, where you at with the first 3 picks?
I got first 4 for you right here. I got Raxter with a B. I don't know much about the tackle, so I went a little B- because I do like the position, and I still believe that they should address this offensive line with one of those first 2 or 3 picks. So I like that you did that there. And then Booker, I got you with an A, and BB got you with an A. So not just like Spenny's principal list, but I got you on the honor roll going into the back half of this draft.
What?
Dean's list.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Principals list. Hey, this show is a principals list, goddammit. Yeah, man, I'm in love with Austin Booker. I'm kind of excited to see what he becomes as a prospect. And we do have Terrell Williams, too, as a new defensive line coach, who I think could mold him into a little bit of a fucking monster, especially if Broderick can go in there and eat some tackles, and then you got this freaking freak on one-on-one blocks. Yeah. Come on. Chris, you got...
I like Booker a lot.
I love it. I love it so far. I love the prospects that you've highlighted, and the only thing that does concern me is the cornerback with the injury, just because Brad Holmes has shown that he's not afraid to do that. However, the position we're in, I would, unless this guy Brad Holmes is super confident in his medicals, like I just don't want another Levi situation. Like I want a high draft pick to hit, because this is the window that we're in right now. Yeah. So I would kind of push back on that one a little bit, but I mean the third round, like you said, I mean Austin Booker, when you were showing us the tape the last episode, what was that, Friday?
He's got it, yeah.
Or Thursday? Yeah, that was incredible. That was like I'm hooked on it, and Cooper Bebe as well. So that was really good. So I'm overall I'm with it so far.
Yeah, one of the things, like it's hard to explain sometimes, but you can just see it. Is it? And I think Austin Booker's got the it factor for me. At least.
I have zero doubt about that. That's why, like, I don't know every edge and tackle in the game. So like the Max Crosby, like, it can make sense, but because I don't know every single tackle and edge, but. No, you're right. Like when we were watching that, just the violence and the ferocity that he plays with. Yes. I remember that on that Monday night game, that the Lions were winning, but like Max Crosby was the ferocity he played with, that stuck out to me, and he has that same level of ferocity.
And again, I think you want to find a knock on him. It's probably like, I feel like he doesn't go in there with a planned attack. He just, like the ferociousness that he like attacks these pass rushing reps with, and that's why he wins. Now, again, Terrell Williams, brand new defensive line coach. Once he gets his hands on him, I think he'll be able to mold him into something special. Cooper Bebe got a round later than you. I'm sorry, pick later than you, and I feel just the same way as you. Except for the second best interior offensive lineman of the draft, but I respect that, because like he very well may end up being that. I think he's a beast, and I like the fact that, again, you got the versatility. He could play center for you if Frank leaves. He also could hold down a guard spot. What's a position need? And he could be a day one starter. It's not just a position of need. It's like actual value and like who he is as a player. He starts day one in that line, and it continues to be great. Dwight Glothrin. This is one where, again, position of need, Probably not, because you drafted Raxter in that first round. But I'm looking at the top of that board. When it comes to PFF mock draft, he was there. I did the homework I needed to on him. He's a speedster, 6'1", 185 pounds, out of Arkansas, and he's a playmaker. Matter of fact, the only knock on him, or one of the only knocks on him, is the fact that he tries to make the plays a little bit too much. But that's what he's known for. I believe three interceptions in back-to-back years for him. I don't know, Nick, I know you're the numbers guy. But yeah, I believe he had 3 interceptions in back-to-back years. And like this past year, only played in 9 games and still had the 3 interceptions. Yeah, 4 pass breakups. I'm looking at it now. He also had an elite quarterback rating with target of just 50.7%. I think that's a piece that, again, look at the board rather than positions of need. I wanted to grab interior defensive linemen that just weren't falling there, where it's like a top of need for me when I was looking at the board. So I grabbed another cornerback there. And then safety. That's when I started looking at position need a little bit there. Is the back half of the draft. Only have 2 rostered on the Detroit Lions right now. I think it's be a great depth piece. In the same situation or similar situation to McLaughlin, he's much more of a playmaker than anything else. He supposedly has like this athletic trait of like just leaping to either knock balls away or just intercept them. And I like that. Also a little bit of a nickel safety too, to where like I know we got that little weird situation we got going on with Brian Branch and CJ GJ. If we don't bring him back, maybe he fulfills that. But in his rookie year, I see it more as just a depth piece. And the tight end I grabbed, top of the board situation. I did not watch a single rep of Trey Knox, to be honest with you guys. He was just there. And I shot the text to the boys. I said I took him with my. I actually got to send this draft to them. I only asked them about Raxter, but yeah, that is my mock draft 2.0. And I will admit, it was a weird one for me too. But I think it's because we're so used to just doing those needs-based drafts. Mm-hmm. And I just try to get away from that this time, because Brad Holmes literally spoke on that today, where it's like I'm just trying to get the best player available type situation.
Yeah. My only question, it goes to the last one, which you kind of just gave some context to, but why don't you just go and just take the best wide receiver available at that point? Like you didn't see any wide receiver weapons that you liked. Like I feel like because Sam Laporta at tight end and what we've done with the tight end room even last year post Hawkinson, like you've shown that area is never really a concern for me. You can bring somebody up from the CFL for all I care, and you can expect him to contribute as a tight end on the Detroit Lions. So why wouldn't you just kind of take a flyer shot at wide receiver? You just didn't like who you saw, or?
So I kept trying to go, because again, that you'd be looking at a need thing right there, right? Mm-hmm. Like we would like another wide receiver. I wasn't trying to do that. I was trying to just go like who was there on the top of the board, and I was scrolling a little bit there before I actually saw a wide receiver. A guy I did try to keep an eye out for though was my man. Who's the guy that Lucas fell in love with recently? I think he's from like South Carolina or something. No,
I can't remember his name.
Malachi. Fucking that kid. I think he's gonna be up there. I think he's gonna be like one of the better wide receivers in this draft class, and I know he's gonna be up there probably a little bit late, unless he's at the combine this week. But no, that's a good point. But again, I tried going not really so much off a need, just like who was there. And we'll have another one of these. You want to start just rocking them out Mondays now?
Yeah, I'm done.
Mock draft Mondays.
I'm down.
If you guys have your mock drafts, which I know you do, first mark@swissins.com, send to him, but also send to us on Motor City Heavyweights on both Instagram and or X.
Send them to Nick. Let me tell you guys about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service to customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
We don't don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Are you tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports merch like Spencer? It's a new era in sports wearables. New design, amazing appeal, the ultimate swag. Check out Woodward Sports' latest gear at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab. They got hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. Get the latest designs today at woodwardsports.com by clicking the shop tab.
Merch.
I never really partaked in Avatar. I tried. I couldn't really get too into it.
What?
But I know what an Appa is, or who Appa is.
Yeah, it's not an Appa. It's just Appa.
Appa, Sky Bison.
What's his name?
I feel like that's the noise he makes. Whatever.
What I just did? The yawn? A yawn. No, it's way deeper. Appa's a goat, dude.
He's a Sky Bison, not a goat.
You didn't like. You
Couple
didn't like
buddies like
Chris,
that.
I sent something in Slack for you, by the way.
You don't like Avatar?
I couldn't get it. I tried obviously because I liked Cyberpunk.
Mm-hmm.
That was fucking great.
Yeah,
I actually do kind of like One Piece. I couldn't really get into Avatar. No.
that's fair.
The
My whole
live
life.
action remake.
Dude,
Huh?
you should watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Is it on Netflix?
Maybe. I don't know. Attack on Titan is. You can watch Attack on Titan.
I'll try that one too.
That shit's crazy. You're gonna like that.
I've been taking all type of recommendations in postseason, but now hockey guy here, boys.
Big hockey guy.
Big hockey guy. And
Swedish
since I've
elite.
become a hockey guy,
Swedish elite scout.
Hey,
Swedish
I'm just
elite
saying,
scout, never lost.
1-0 in the Platte era. 1-0 in the
Just
Platte
saying.
era when it comes to Red Wings. So
that's all I'm saying.
Was that your first hockey game, Chris?
yes, sir.
That's
What?
Well, it was my first one at LCA. I went to one when I was in like second grade. Shout out my boy Michael. His mom took us and we went to the old Joe. That was cool.
That's crazy.
But barely remember it.
I go to at least one Red Wings game every year, at the very least.
I have not. I've been to one at the Joe, but it was with DMAC during COVID. So it wasn't like a Joe. I'm sorry, at LCA.
Oh, LCA.
But
yeah.
it wasn't like a.
LCA is nice. Man.
I don't count that one because there's like fucking 50 people there.
We should go, like friends. Like we should all go. That would
Are you paying?
That would be a good idea. No.
Hey, you know
You
where
got
we can
mortgages,
pregame,
Chris?
boys. You know where we can pregame, but I've been to
Yes,
one
sir.
game at the Joe. But ever since I did
You only
move
went to
down,
one game at the Joe?
I've been to Joe
only went
tons of
to
times.
only went to one.
Wow.
My parents weren't really hockey fans like growing up,
I forget
like
you're
too
young.
much. So
Yeah.
I got into it when my buddies started getting like better in high school and whatnot. And
So
that was the end of their spree. But
You hate cringe. You kind of stand off as like new people. You gotta film out.
Me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
I would.
Alright.
I'm not. I'm kind of nice to everybody. And so like when I was going to.
What is this segment? Easy's just a great person.
Well, no, because I was like,
Easy's
so
great.
nice.
Spenny sucks.
well, I met this kid. We went to high school with him, but I didn't really know him well. And then we ended up going to when I went to MCC, he was there at the same time. And then we always talk about the Detroit Lions, whatever. And then he's like, "Yo, I got these tickets for the Red Wings." He's like, "Let's go." And I was like, "Cool." And like people would pick
try
on
to
him.
fuck you?
No, that'd be fucking hilarious. But people would pick on him a little bit, you know. And I never put the two and two together. His family owned like the Randazzo chain. So when we went, there were fucking ice seats, like row 0 at the Joe.
Damn.
And it was my first hockey game as like an adult.
Yeah.
Fucking sickest experience ever.
It's
My dad
always the
got
kids'
the fucking
parents
pound on
that
the
own
glass.
something. Those are the ones that get picked on. Like I worked with somebody that owned. They're like he's going to inherit Lay's, like the chip
Chips?
company.
Oh,
yes.
shit.
So we called
We
him.
gotta jump
yeah,
that kid.
we called him Chip. We called him Chip.
gotta rob
He
that
did
kid.
not like that.
Yeah, we should rob that kid for sure.
Yeah, to shout to Vince Randazzo.
One of my friends, he is the sausage prince of Dearborn. Like,
Yo.
yeah, his parents own like Dearborn sausages. He's one of the guys I met in East Lansing. His house is fucking huge, dude. He lives in Berkeley. It's crazy.
Laupak Kabasa.
But
No, I did not use him. That is my boy. He invited me. I didn't even know that he like I didn't know that was a situation until we were sitting at row 0. I'm like, bro, how the fuck did you get these tickets?
My brothers took my dad to the Michigan hockey game over the weekend, and they were sitting front row. It was pretty.
That's fucking awesome.
Pretty cool.
My brother, doctor.
Yeah,
you got that.
Both
bread.
of them are.
Yeah. Shout out.
I'm going to a house sit for my oldest brother in Ann Arbor this weekend.
We partying.
I'm just. I mean, you can come if you want. We can just get fucked up.
Yeah, the game.
He's got a nice house.
I'm trying to think. I forgot where you're playing. That's fucked up.
I'm just gonna be watching anime and playing Helldivers all weekend. I might hit a couple bars. I told him to let me know what good bars are to go to in Ann Arbor.
I'm down. I'll pull up. But anyway, this is my first turn 21, and we was fucking wasted. So of course I'm banging on the glass like an absolute asshole. And I forget which player, but they won in overtime, whatever team we faced, and he found me. He was like fucking pointing at me.
Hell yeah!
And I was like, oh fuck.
I remember when we went to the last game I was at the Joe was the last playoff game against Tampa Bay, and you were in row 0, you said?
Yeah.
We were in row 200. Like, we were in the opposite. The last row at the very top of the fucking Joe Louis Arena.
Yeah.
And it was me, Stash, and Stash's brother, Eddie. And I was hammered. Like, I was probably like, I was 16, 17 or something like that when it happened. And me and Stash split a pint of Henny in the car, and then he was buying me beers and shit. And Stash was cheering, and he was kicking the wall behind him, and the wall was like broken, so it was fucking open and like slapping and shit. It was so funny.
It's probably asbestos and shit.
Yeah, we almost beat the shit out of these 2 Tampa Bay fans. So,
Chris, did you go to Lions game this year?
I did not.
Damn,
I've never been to one.
Wow,
never.
You've never been to a Lions game either?
Never.
Damn.
I mean, look, they got good, and obviously can't afford that. So.
Booner said thanks for the invite, Spenny. Booner, I was like fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's a Tampa Bay playoff game. Which is crazy to see. I was looking at the playoff standings, like we're ahead.
Yeah,
that's wild.
We're ahead of Tampa.
I wanted to ask you because you've been to both.
Sergachev got hurt, but still.
Have you been to
impressive.
LCA since it's been like revived Red Wings?
Yeah, I went there this year.
Was that to compare to Lions?
It's a good game. Oh, I mean, the Lions games are different.
Yeah,
but playoff hockey was. I've never been to a playoff Lions game, but playoff hockey is the same as like a regular Lions game.
Speaking of LCA, shout out to everyone who works at LCA.
Exo screens like Chris L. Life.
Yeah,
that's so
we gotta
wild.
fix that. I did not know.
I
mean, I think I did, but
you should have told us this year. We could have went to. I would have went to a Lions game for sure.
For sure, I fucking love Lions games. Either way, shout out to workers at LCA. Turn that place from a fucking ice arena to a basketball court like hours later. That shit's dope as shit.
Is sweet.
Wait, we have a basketball team in this city?
Yeah, we do. They play it Saturday night.
We do. You
had
don't season ticket, schmuck.
Yeah, you don't see it.
That is true.
Hey, $41 a pop for Saturday night.
Not a fucking chance.
You don't even sound convinced in that.
No, I sold them for 41 a pop.
Oh, you did?
I had to
them.
lower them from 50 to get down to 41.
Nobody's paying $50 for it. You could give me front row tickets for a Pistons game. I'm not paying $50 for this shit.
Either way,
that's tough.
Cade Cunningham officially back. I say officially back because he's playing like himself. So Nick with the disrespect, Travis with the disrespect.
All right, I never disrespected him. I was just giving Ivy some props.
You disrespected.
I was giving Ivy props.
You can do that without disrespecting.
Yeah, you did it. You were disrespectful. Nah. You still feel that way, Barry?
Nah, I wasn't. I wasn't disrespectful towards him. I honestly just thought Ivy was having a run where he looked like the 1A lead point guard on this team. And I don't know. I've turned the Pistons off for a little bit, so I'm going to deflect to you guys. I'll be watching tonight, though.
Shane D in the Woodward Sports chat says, my wife makes more than me. Hate all you want. No hate here, bro.
Yeah,
that's the dream. My dream in life is to be a stay-at-home dad. That would be my number one occupation. Yeah. Like, my neighbor was a stay-at-home dad.
Hey, yo.
His wife was a nurse anesthetist, or she is still a nurse anesthetist, and he hit the lottery like 3 times for a couple $100,000 each time. And
that's insane.
Yeah, he paid off their wife's student loans. He bought a Suburban, and he did some expansions on the house and shit. But yeah, he has like the perfect life in my eyes. The only difference his name's Tommy. The only difference
sounds like a stay-at-home dad.
Oh, he's the dude. He's the man. Him and my dad just used to smoke weed all the time.
If he worked, his name would be Tom. You know, it's Tom. Because he's a stay-at-home dad. He's Tom.
The only difference between Tommy's life and my future life that I would want is I would want 3 sons. He has 2 sons and a daughter, and I would want 3 sons.
Before, actually.
Yeah, dude, stay-at-home dad #1 on my power ranking of jobs.
All day. I got out my buddy, but he's got a situation like that too. If they were listening,
No, that's the truth. That's just a dream.
His girl's wild though. Like, we went to the wedding and congrats
whoa.
to them. Well, no, because like we were like, she's just like, I shouldn't be saying any of these things, but we were at their wedding. His wife like bragged about making more than like our other boy, and I was like, that's just so unnecessary. It was like out of the blue type shit. It was wild, but congratulations. That is there's nothing wrong with your wife making more than you. Especially nowadays, both parents are always working.
Yeah.
There's no, come on.
I couldn't imagine not, like, both of my parents had 2 jobs.
Like, I guess maybe, like, initially maybe it would feel weird, but not as long as you were, like, making money, though.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything to have an issue with. But my boy who does that, by the way, fucks around. He can start any type of business he wants because his wife's a fucking doctor. He does random ass shit all the time.
Trying to find a multimillionaire here in Birmingham. Show me a piece of good life. I still feel out of place walking around into stores around here and shit, dude.
I'm trying to
I feel like people judge me.
I want Tasha to be my sugar mama. That's what I'm working on.
She's got cash.
She got bread.
She just bought a Porsche.
That's what I'm saying. She's like talking about like, I don't know. I really want this Porsche or this one. I'm like, what?
She's like, yeah, I sold the Range and I bought a Porsche. I was like, damn.
Yeah, man. Let's go to break because we kind of just did whatever with that one. I want to talk about Cade not getting no calls and do some mailbag too.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. No matter where you are, Planet Fitness is close by. They have 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, you get a squeaky clean gym. That's tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
You guys making your mock drafts? Mock starts with an M, and so does Mark. Send it to my guy Mark at SwissINS.com. Let him know he's getting his money's worth. Let him know that people are seeing this email. Send your mock drafts to Mark at SwissINS.com, and hopefully he'll reply and get you the best home and auto insurance in the game. It's Mark at SwissINS.com. What up, though? Please make sure you guys hit the like button before we dip. At Water O'Neill, we're doing mailbag and Cade Cunningham. I guess we could probably save Cade for tomorrow if you want to.
I mean, they play tonight, so we'll see if it changes.
What'd you say?
We'll see if it changes. He plays tonight, so.
Well, I actually put it up anyway, because this is a kind of crazy stat. At least I think it's a crazy stat. Yeah. I feel like it's a crazy stat. 61 minutes played, I believe it is.
61 minutes played, 56 points. Obviously, a majority of those are attacking the basket and haven't taken a free throw.
Zero free throws for Cade Cunningham. I mean, have you guys been watching? Did you guys watch the Orlando game? Anybody?
I don't even think the refs watched the Pistons.
I watched, and I was pissed.
Yeah. I'm not watching the
Pistons. I had to turn it off.
They're trash.
It's fucking disgusting. I mean, I will admit to him playing like a little bit of like he doesn't really get fouled that much now because he's got that midi he's been going off with. He's a midi magician for sure. But when he does drive, he does get hit. All the fucking time. He never gets 56 points in 61 minutes and not a single call? That's ridiculous.
He's always guarded by 2.5 people every play. Like, of course you're going to get fouled.
I just don't get how that can work. That just doesn't add up to me.
Yeah. Don't be the worst team in the NBA and you'll get calls.
I mean, guys in the worst team in the NBA are getting calls, though. Ivy's getting calls.
Yeah.
I mean, Ivy makes sense, though, because it's the speed and whatnot. But
if you want more calls, don't suck.
Cade doesn't suck, though.
The team does.
The team does.
That's what matters.
Shane D. I mean, he's giving props to his wife. He says sometimes bitches get petty. I can't do that either. I got lucky. My wife is cool as hell. Well, God bless you and your wife. Congratulations, brother.
Congrats.
Detroit supremacy. My 367.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, glad you said that. I didn't finish reading that.
Pistons 8-48 going into New York tonight. You guys think they can do anything? Stay within 15 here?
Nope.
Maybe 20?
No.
Yes. They'll be within 15. I don't know. New York always
Bogey's
wants our
going to
ass.
drop 30.
Yeah.
He's a Knicks fan, though.
Return the Bojan Bogdanovic revenge game.
That's very true. I mean, Grimes is back. I'm kind of sad you guys didn't watch. I can't
Bogey
believe you
going
didn't
mellow
watch.
tonight, Spencer? New York mellow?
Yeah, Bogey going mellow for sure. Watch for the jab steps.
Eduardo asked where the hoes at in Detroit.
Downtown.
Downtown.
Go to a bar or club downtown. You find a bunch of them.
Downtown. East Lansing.
That's not in Detroit.
I know. Oh, he said in Detroit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, downtown. I mean, if you want, strip clubs.
You want something you can pay for? Go 7 Mile.
Jesus. Don't go to 7 Miles.
Indeed. Sex work is work, man.
Yeah, but 7 Miles, God, I don't know. They're hot.
You better rap your shit a couple times. But
That's what I'm saying. Are they even bad, though? I don't think they're hot in 7 Miles.
know.
He's asking for bad bitches.
No. Hard pass.
Yeah, don't go to 7 Mile.
Just saying.
Coliseum. If you're paying for something.
Coliseum's technically not Detroit. Well, yeah, it's on the other side of 8
It's in
Mile.
Detroit. I'm good at Legends. Anytime I go, so that's where I go.
Legends is a good time. But if you want to
got
go
like a specific
to
person
where you don't have to pay for it,
Yeah.
you can go to a bar or, well, you're going to pay either way. But
That's true.
you're going to go to a bar or club anywhere downtown and they'll be there. Deluxe Flux. There's always bad bitches there.
Old
Old Shillelagh.
Oh, yeah, Old Shillelagh slaps.
Anywhere with loud music and dancing, you're going to be able to
Boogie Fever.
do pretty well.
That's not Detroit, but
It's not
it's
Detroit,
kind of
yeah.
like just outside by 15, 20 minutes.
Spenny just blocked Eazy at the rim. Yeah, I did.
What?
And the comment you were about to read.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you did. No, I mean, that
was a
block.
good chase down block.
Yeah, it was a good chase down block. I didn't read the rest of that one.
Got you.
So I'd sometimes just pick a comment and start reading. What will be our biggest worry in free agency? Who we signed or who we didn't? I think Brad Holmes made it pretty clear that he's not going to sign these big name guys. So we shouldn't have a worry as long as we're filling positions or what we perceive as positions of need. So for me, that would be guard, at least one of them, which I believe they're bringing Glasgow back, and defensive tackle. Like, as long as we're getting those, and cornerback actually. Guard, defensive tackle. I'll just go DT and cornerback.
Yeah.
Same for you?
Yeah. For sure. 100%. No, it's definitely cornerback and defensive tackle, I think, are the most important. Because I think they'll get edge and interior offensive line in the draft.
Yeah. Eduardo, my pocket's looking right. I'm down. We get enough of the boys. Second night of the draft, we ain't doing shit anyway. I mean, we'll be downtown either way.
Second night's a Friday, right?
We're going to be downtown somewhere.
Yeah.
Second night of Friday?
Yeah. I mean, we're going somewhere regardless. I think we're having a draft party.
Second night, we're
night.
definitely going to be doing something because we got 3 picks.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, pull up. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. I think that's it for mailbag. You guys. Oh, here we go. Who's your must-have in free agency?
DJ Reader, probably.
Yeah, DJ Reader, or another name too. I'm gonna move. Or we're at home. Talking about perceived value or perceived guys. Kendall Fuller. None of us have, but some are kind of expecting.
No, I'm just kidding. But that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping into Woodward Heavyweights live on Woodward Sports. Smash the like button, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. For Eazy, Nick, Chris, I'm Spencer. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.